Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think I have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled
who
to
are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family, come on in, you guys. We're just going to talk a little bit. Hey, Lisa Taylor. Lisa Taylor's first in the building. Thank you for showing up. Passion, thank you. Good morning to you too. We are Cody's Voices in the building. She says hello to the family. And then we got Monique Hall is up in here. Thank you guys for showing up. Lisa Calhoun is in the building. She says hello, SB in chat. How you guys doing? She says, we are Cody's Voices in the building. She says, I think we have another Corey Bigsby on our hands. Really? Corey Bigsby. Well, this guy, Jake, I don't know. He's a little different. He's actually was with the officers the other day, Sunday, at some remote area off the highway. I guess assisting them to finding baby Emmanuel. And that tells us a lot. But some people are like thinking like, oh, it's a goose chase. I was reading the chat in a newsroom and they were like, oh, he's just sending them on a goose chase. And people were coming in here saying, SP, do you think it's a goose chase? I'm like, no, it's not a goose chase. Trust and believe. That man is talking. That man is talking. But it kind of surprised me because I read a news update where Rebeca is sticking to her story. And so my whole thing is, I can't remember who it was I was talking to. I think I was talking to, she comes in as Connie, but it's actually Connie's sister named Karen. And I think it was her. I'm not for sure. Can't remember. But anyway, they believe that Rebecca had everything to do with it. And it seems like that's the way it's going. But hey, I'm not changing my theory because I stand on what I see. You know what I'm saying? So that's been getting me in trouble when, like if I take a test or something and I'm sitting next to you and I think the answer is A and I look over to your sheet and you got B on your sheet and I'll be like, "Oh, I really don't know. Let me change it." And then it come back I missed it. I'm like, "Dang. I should have stayed with where I was at." Lisa Taylor say it was Karen. Okay. So actually, I give people their props. I'm like, okay, I don't know what Karen sees that I see. I can't change what I see. But seeing Jake out there with them and knowing his history and just over the whole experiences of looking at all these cases with missing children and abuse and abduction and stuff, I just think that Jake is telling them what he did or what he did with the baby. That's what I believe. And I just don't think Rebecca knows he's talking. I think Rebecca is still going with the plan. Hey, um, you know, and they're probably telling her. They're probably telling her now because she's got an attorney. She's gonna have a state appointed attorney. And I don't know what happened in court. My phone is doing some crazy stuff. I gotta get a new phone and a new charger because wow. See, my phone is on 6 and I had 19 earlier. And when I pull up, what happened, no one has actually came out and said what happened. It just keeps saying they're due to appear in court. Oh, Rebecca has speaked out from jail after the arrest. Okay, let's see what Rebecca say. I even spelled her name wrong. It's 2 C's in there. Okay, after Rebecca and Jake arrest suspicious of murder, Rebecca has issued a statement from jail. What did she say? Okay. Emmanuel's mother, Rebecca, is maintaining her innocence. So she's like, no, the baby did get kidnapped. That's what she's telling them. Days after the missing 7-year-old. Okay. Rebecca issued a statement from jail maintaining her belief that her baby was kidnapped. I will not give up, Rebecca says. Rebecca's 41, and I don't know if you guys know this, but Jake is 32. So Rebecca is an older woman. Okay, that changes the things for me a little bit. She told a reporter from the Southern California news group, per its publication, I will not give up on my baby. Oh, it's telling me to continue. Boy, I barely got some. My phone is going to go dead in a minute. Okay. Let me see. Since Rebecca reported that her son has been missing in the parking lot, I was going to get the diaper. Okay, we know all of that. We know all of that. She is still. In the days following initial reports, however, authorities found what they believed to be inconsistencies in her story and charged Rebecca and Jake with murder as the search for Emmanuel remains continuing. Based on the evidence, investigators determined a kidnapping in Yucaipa did not occur. The San Diego County Sheriff wrote in their August the 23rd post It is believed Emmanuel is deceased and the search to recover his remains is ongoing. The following days, the authorities were joined by Jake, 32, doing a search for the baby's body. Investigators was assisted by cadaver dogs. The county sheriff wrote in an Instagram post, Jake Hero was at the location with detectives. I don't know. Maybe, do you guys, hold on. Let me try this other. No, I don't think this is the one. I don't think this is the one that was. Oh, maybe it was. Let's see if this will charge up my phone. I don't know what's going on with this charger. Uh-oh. It looks like it's okay. Maybe my daughter will bring me one. Oh, Weird Cody's voice says, just my opinion, definitely putting the blame on Rebecca. I don't know. It seems like he is putting the blame on Rebecca. She's standing by her man. They were supposed to have court this morning, but I heard it's at 1:30 today. Well, that means they're 2 hours ahead of behind us. So, So there it would be right now 11. So, okay. So we probably got a little bit of time, huh? I wonder if my other phone is charged a little bit. Let's see here. I know you guys. Hey, I be like listening and wanting to know what's going on. What's going on here? You know, I'm gonna tell you guys something. And this case done, caught my attention and my heart, and oh my God. You know what though? So weird. I looked at a picture of baby Jake and I looked at a picture of his mom. And the same thing, even though that the pictures that they show of him, he does not look really, to be honest with you, he does not look like a happy baby. Okay? I'm just being honest. I mean, maybe one picture I've seen, he did look like he was happy and, they was playing with him and he was cooing and, and he was all excited. But other than that, all the other pictures of him, he looks like he's mad. He looks like he just unhappy baby. He does not even look like a happy baby, you guys. I'm just being honest with you. Where Cody's voice says, I don't understand why the law enforcement isn't going back out to where Jake said the baby is. They did that one search and didn't return. I believe that, let me see. So with my phone, Sugar Mama done called. Okay. I believe that Jake don't really remember where he put the baby. And he actually could be saying, hey, she did this. But I'm going to tell you guys something. Hey, Tina, how you doing? Good morning, good evening to you. It's good evening to you because it's the afternoon. Or good afternoon. You see what I'm saying when I say I just cannot see Rebecca harming that baby. I just can't see it. All the evidence and the information that we have is pointing towards Jake. And so that's why I really can't go, hey, I think not Karen, but I think Rebecca did this. I just believe that, she thinking no matter what, our man done told her You stand on what you say, and I think, you know, the one guy that I think he's on TikTok, but I don't know. I know he's on Facebook, but I think he's on TikTok too. And he's been out there investigating this whole situation. And um he's came up with this lead that someone has contacted him and told him. Tina Simone said they both did it. Tina Power says there's a biker group out there and they are supporting Emmanuel. You know what's so funny? I mean, it's not really funny, but it tells me something. There's this group and it's for missing children. It's called Uvita. It's the Uvita group and it's for missing. They had actually, when this story broke, I mean, it first came out, they were so, and this is weird, but I'm gonna tell you guys something, and you pay attention to exactly what's happening, because I'm not lying. They put out a $5,000 reward, and also they had changed their name to Emmanuel's Hope Group. And then something happened. This is way before Jake and Rebecca got arrested. They pulled that $5,000 reward and went back to naming their group Yavita Group. And they also they have a search group that was looking for Emmanuel. And that group that was looking for Emmanuel, they stopped. They just stopped. And I was like, doggone. This is crazy. Let me see here. So this is kind of weird that this phone charged all the way up, but my other phone didn't. Oh, the cops arrested parents of missing 7-month-old. Okay. Yeah, they are digging and looking for this baby. Let's see here. Lisa Taylor sent this. Lisa Taylor got 159 followers. You go, girl. Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy, you guys. I just let me see on this phone, what does it says. Emmanuel parents could be arraigned for murder. They say they could be arraigned for murder. Due to appearance. Okay, Rebecca speaks out from jail. Okay, wow. Okay, 15. Yeah, Rebecca is standing by her story. That's all they have put down so far. So I'm really interested in this case. Is you guys interested in this case? Oh wow. They just look sad. Rebecca, she's 41. and he's 32. She went and got her a young man. She was like, "Rrr." Huh. And he was giving her the one too. Rebecca are expected to be arraigned in court Tuesday. Rebecca is currently being held at the Robert Presley Detention Center, while Jake is being held at the Larry D. Smith Correction Facility. Both are currently held without bail. This comes as the search continues for the Riverside County baby, who was first reported nearly 2 weeks ago. More than a dozen vehicles with the San Bernardino County Sheriff Department were parked alongside the 60 freeway east of Morneau Valley on Sunday afternoon in a remote, hilly stretch of land known as the Badlands. Investigators searched the steep terrain with cadaver dogs looking for baby Emmanuel. The baby's 32-year-old father was spotted with deputies at the location on Sunday dressed in a red jumpsuit. The department noted that Jake was at the scene with investigators but was not helping in the search. So what you think they just go grab him and they be like, see, I'm gonna tell you something. They can't just come take you out of jail and then take you outside if you didn't want to go. That's almost like kidnapping. You know what I'm saying? They take you out of jail and you handcuffed, your legs are handcuffed, your hands are handcuffed. And so the way that the paper's saying he was not helping, come on. He was there, he was helping. They can't do just like if you're in jail. I'm just telling you guys, this is the truth. I've never been to jail, but I know people have been to jail. Hey Karen, how you doing? She says, just came out of surgery. All went well. All right. I was telling them that, it kind of looked like right now you might be right, but hey, we're not gonna count our eggs or our chickens before they hatch. The egg before it hatch. It just looks like Rebecca is still standing on her baby was kidnapped. She's standing on that story. But we've seen Jake out there with them. So we're going to see what Jake's going to say. The search has concluded. She said, laughing out loud. Okay, I understand. I'm not saying, I'm giving you props right now, standing on what you said, because it do look like it's swaying, going your way. Like if we had a meter right now that said SP on the right and Karen was on the left, that meet who figured this out? Whose detective mind is this story is looking like it's going their way? I said that I believe Jake did all the beating and the killing, and he abused Rebecca. And Karen, that is also Karen's sister Connie Branch, said that they both did it. And that's the way it is. And I'm like, no, this baby looks just like his mother. And she does not look like a happy camper either. We are Cody's Voices in the building, you guys. And she says he definitely said that he would take them where the baby is. Okay, we are Cody's Voice is saying what I'm saying. We are Cody's Voice is in the building, and she is saying what I'm saying. Like he had to say, I put him over here off of this highway, and then they said, hey, I don't know what highway you're talking about. You don't, he does not may speak really good, clear English, or may not know the road or the maps that they're showing him. So they said, okay, take us to where you remember placing him at. And they drove, and he had to tell them. Or they, when they took the car, you have GPS on your car also. If you have a newer car in the 2000s or whatever, and usually people have a car that's 2000 and above, they don't have like the 1998s. I mean, there's some out there that do, and I'm not down to nobody that do, because shoot, get your money, get your money's worth. Shoot, I'm gonna keep the car as long as it drives. It takes me to A to B. I'm keeping it. But normally they're gonna have a 2000 and something, and so it may have a GPS on it. SP and check. Please pray for Brandy. If you don't remember who Brandy is, she is Michael Vaughn's mother. She was air flighted. She is bleeding out. Okay. We'll pray for her. Michael Vaughn. Okay, I remember Michael Vaughn's. I don't remember the mother. We sure will pray for her. I remember Michael Vaughn coming up missing. Wouldn't they call him Monkey or something? That's his nickname. If they called him Monkey, which it's kind of cute. But and then one of the neighbors or something had his picture on the refrigerator or something, and she had something to do with it. But I don't even know what happened on that case. Monkey is the nickname. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Monkey. That was cute. Called him Monkey. Oh, that is so cute. I mean, I wouldn't call my kid Monkey because they wouldn't like it. My son don't even like to be called Coco. And I think Coco is so cute. Coco. Because people think of Coco hot chocolate, and that's what hey, that's why we call him Coco, because when we found him, when he walked away from the house looking for me, one of the neighbors 3 or 4 doors down brought him in the house, and she was giving him hot cocoa, and he just loved it. He never had hot cocoa before, because I didn't feed my kids hot cocoa. I mean, they were too young. He was like 2 years old. But she was like, oh, he just loved it. He was sitting there watching cartoons and drinking his hot cocoa. And you guys know, I appreciate that woman for getting my kid for me. But I mean, she could have seen all the police out there. Why she sat there and held them for long as she did, I do not know. Hey, Tina Simone, she says, I love your channel. Good to catch your lives today. Thank you, Simone, for the super chat. Oh, we appreciate you. We appreciate you, Tina Simone. Thank you for the super chat. We're going to give you a super dance. Thank you, Tina Simone, for that super, super, super chat. We always appreciate when you guys come in. We appreciate when you share, like, and subscribe. And if you're not a part of the channel, go ahead and subscribe so you can catch the notifications when we come on. Because this is a day that we normally do not come on. And like I told you guys are going to start seeing a lot more of me. We are Cody's Voices in the building, and I am reading the chat right now because I just want to thank God for the sheriff department and San Bernardino. I think they're doing their job. Good job. I mean, for real. I'm serious. Because normally these these cases, it takes them like a whole month. And we be getting mad because they be out eating, getting their hair done, washing the car, going to adult stores and shopping and bowling. We be seeing them out doing the most, and we be sitting over here weary, hair falling out, can't eat, can't sleep, and all this other stuff. And the suspect, the alleged suspect, is enjoying life. And we're like sitting over here, but like, why? Like, why do they get to enjoying life and we can't? Because, um, the police is not doing their job. So I thank God for the ones that's out there in San Bernardino. We are Cody's Voice says, I believe he confessed and said, I will take you to where the baby is. The first one to cooperate gets the deal. Just my opinion. All right. So we are Cody's Voice is saying what I said, that he is going to finally tell them he lost his cool. And that's something he's been working on. He has a history, and I think he told them. She's saying that because I told her to say it, and if she didn't say it, I will hurt her. I'm the one that blackened her eye and told her to go there because I don't want to go to jail, and I begged her, and she loves me, so she'll do what I say. That's what I think Jake is saying. And, if that is what he's saying, because we do not know yet, we do not know. And I think they probably, normally the arraignments are early in the morning, especially the really gross ones like this, where there is a baby missing, suspected to be deceased. They usually take those cases first because they have a lot of security and they can get them out the way. For us to know right now that they did not take them this morning, they are still working against time. Now, when you say they're working against time, well, what I mean is, the baby is where the baby is. That's just what it is, you guys. I'm saying before Jake says anything in front of Rebeca in court or hear what Jake has said, they don't want Rebeca to know that he's helping them. And because maybe Jake is sending them on a goose chase. People been saying that. They've been saying it in the chat. They've been coming in here saying, hey, SP, do you think he's sending them on a goose chase? I say, it would not be good for him to waste taxpayers' money anymore. And you know what? The more money he wastes, the more search. It's like they calculate how much money, how much police force, how much work and overtime they have put in. That's why when they come on TV, they say, we had 1,800 hours of searching in this area. We had helicopters, we had boats, we had people on the ground. We called in the FBI, the CSI, and da-da-da-da-da, because all those people got to get paid, and the taxpayers pay that, right? And so the judge will sit back and go, you continue to lie to the public, to the police officers, and he may get a charge for that. You know what I'm saying? And all this money when you could have just said what you had did, which we know you don't want to do it. And I understand that, because sometimes it's best, my mother would always tell me, if you tell on yourself, you need to get caught. Now if you did it on your own or by yourself, then there's no one to tell on you. So if you tell on yourself, you need to get called. And so and you guys may say, dang, your mom taught you that? Yes, she did. And it saved me in a lot of cases. It saved me in a lot of things I have done. Like I'm not gonna lie that I've done things that, I just would not come out and be like, well, I did this because I know the consequences of that. You know what I'm saying? So if I just leave or quit or never show back up again, hey, you can think what you want to think. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's not good, but I'm just telling you, uh, it works. Like, when you messed up. When you have messed up. Now, I haven't messed up like Jake. I've never done nothing of that nature like that, hurt somebody like that, especially a baby. But, like, say for instance, if you lost some keys and you wasn't even supposed to have the keys and everybody's looking for the keys. And I lost them. Well, and I know if you found out I lost them, I may lose my job, my license, all the good things you thought about me or something. So, I probably wouldn't say, you know what I'm saying? I probably wouldn't let nobody know that. Tina says, I feel like he is doing a Corey, wasting people's time. Jake, please tell us where the baby is. Get it over and done with and tell the truth. Oh, that's right. You don't have it in you. Oh, I think he does, Miss Tina. See, I think that's what he is doing. I think he is already cooperating with the police, and they have said that if you go ahead and tell us what you did, we will tell the judge and the prosecutors to be more lenient. Like, we don't know what happened. And we are Cody's Voice. It says on the air, Tier on YouTube is the guy to watch. He's been on point about this whole case. He's definitely been boots on the ground. You know what? Normally I would say, hey, don't be seeing nothing on people's channels and stuff. But you know what? I have to give that guy his props. That guy is doing the most, and I love watching him myself. I'll tell you guys, if you go over there to On the Air with Tier or whatever, he's kind of just a little good guy. He has cancer. This is his second time having cancer, but he has been putting out information that no one else has been getting. The police is taking his information and running with it, which I say bravo, bravo, bravo. Good job, my what they say, my friend. Good job, my friend. Hey Don. Don says salute to SP in the chat. And then we are Cody's Voices in here. She says Tima. I think she meaning Tina. We already know that monster will never tell us where Cody is. Exactly. We know. She says, sorry, Tina. She meant Tina. He has been on it, Connie says. Yes, he has. And, I've seen him before, and I've always enjoyed his channel because he always say, like, well, he'll be on a scene or something, and and he'd be like, I'm gonna follow the police or not or whatever. And then he says the police is in the chat. And I'm like, the police is in the chat? What? Well, they're not in the chat, but you know what I'm saying. But anyway, nevertheless, he does not discriminate. I can tell you that much. He interviews anybody that wants to be interviewed. He gets in there, and I love to see him get excited, and he's doing good work. I think he's doing really good work to be out there like that, with this illness that he has. And like he said, he done fought cancer before and he won it, and he's doing it again. So, yes, you guys, I tell you guys, if like you can wait for the news or the police to say something, but to be honest with you, that is the guy that is getting all the information down there in California. He knows his way around, and the people are not scared to talk to him. He's a little got some screws missing in the head, but he don't back down. They be wanting to fight him, and he just be all over the place. I just love his channel. I really do. I like people like that gets involved. And you guys, I'm gonna tell you guys something. And anybody that knows me know I do not give you props when you a channel holder or a content creator unless you are really remarkable. I mean remarkable. Yes. Yes, Karen, he is boots on the ground. Tina says, this reminds me of the California City Boys. Naziah Harris and Cody, all wrapped up in the same box and bow. Don says, a teacher slapped a child over in another city. So, yeah, the homie off to cover that. Oh, wow. A teacher slapped a child? Wow. He is out there. And so, yes, give him support so he can stay on, because you want people like that can get in there. They got the time. And this is their destination. Like, like some people, they do it for money or it's their job or whatever. You know what I mean? And then some people do it because they are called to do it. I'm more like that, like I'm called to do it. So that's why, but I can't just uplift, and run down to California. I would be on the streets. I wouldn't have a place to live, so I have to work. And people are now looking up the California City Boys case. Yeah, but we went all over that case, you guys. We went all over that case. But anyway, I give honor to this guy. I think what's his name? Ahmed or something. Somebody put his channel in the chat. I'm just letting you guys know. Put his channel in the chat of where to find him so other people so we can build his channel, and he has people supporting him. And sometimes just being supported is better than not being supported. You guys understand what I'm saying? It's kind of like some people get upset. They be like, I had 1,000 people in my chat and now I only got 10 people in the chat. Hey, you say only, you don't know who you got in that chat. That is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. They can be kin to one of the people or can get that information that you need. So don't ever underestimate, the power. The power. Tina says the reason why I say all that is because Rebecca knew about the charges and she still gave him 2 kids like Naziah. All of them knew that she was being touched. I don't have a TikTok account, so I can't put his channel in the chat. Sorry. You're fine. He is only on TikTok. Oh, okay. Well, TikTok pays too. TikTok pays too. We got an account over there on TikTok. I just don't use it, you guys, because we tried it and I think we got 13,000 followers, And I mean, we got him really fast. We got 13,000 followers, probably even more than that. I don't know. But you know, it's funny how I can't get into that account. Sometimes I can get into it and sometimes I can't. It's so iffy. I just you know. Anyway, she said he's only on TikTok. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought he had a YouTube also. So, nevertheless, that's good. I'm glad. Don put it in there. Ahmed, Ahmed. Tina, I don't have TikTok either. I just see him in other locations. It's called on the Tierra. Yes. Thanks. Thanks for putting that out there. Because, like I said, you guys know that I can't figure out TikTok. Nah, I can't either. Like I said, we got 13 followers on there. I was going on there. I like making videos, but shoot, it is what it is. We'll figure it out sooner or later. But we do got an account over there. So maybe I'll pay some attention to it. But I just like YouTube. I don't know why. I just like YouTube because we can go live at any time, and I guess we can go live on TikTok too because we do got the followers over there. Uh but anyway, you guys, let's wrap this up and just end with the conversation about Emmanuel. So everybody do believe that he is deceased by now. So there's not really too many people that said, "Oh, I think he's alive somewhere," and I think these people are so like, no, he's not alive. So one thing about following these stories and everything is that they um more people are starting to be more aware of what is a lie instead of I mean, right at the beginning when we started this channel and everything, it was like pulling teeth to tell people and to share with them, like, hey, you know, it was bad to say, hey, the baby is deceased. And people's like, how dare you, SP? Why would you say something like that? Because they haven't seen the baby in like 3 months and the story doesn't add up and this, that, and the other. So see, Cody's voice said he does have a YouTube channel. You guys, it's on the Tierra. So he's doing what he needs to do. So anywho's, shout out to that young fellow right there. He is really good. And let me tell you something. He has put out more information than the police. I mean, and it's not like the police can run around all day like he can. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they can't. They got rules and regulations. And then they got some people that are, you got a boss. And if the boss tells you to go to the east side of town, then that's where you go. You can't just run around. So, and like I said, he's familiar with the area and he speaks Spanish. So he's bilingual, so he's a good person, you know. So anyway, you guys, I just wanted, if anybody have heard anything about, let me see here. Let me finish reading here. So his 41-year-old mother, first murdered, made her tearful plea for the public to help find her baby after she claimed she's been attacked. No long after the interview, the San Bernardino, California Sheriff Department said the couple had stopped cooperating. Some viewers said it was strange that in her interview, Jake spoke about his son in the past tense. He was a healthy baby. That's what Jake said. He was crawling. Was is a past tense. He was kicking. That's a past tense. He was playing with his toys. He was a 7-month old. He was our 7-month old. Jake told Eyewitness. 1 week later, he even said, what was strange, what Jake actually said is, like if you have our baby, to make sure you feed him and change him. Everybody was like, what? If you have our baby, make sure you change him and clean and feed him. And if you return him to us, we won't do nothing to you. So I guess people are sitting back, kidnapping babies in the Big Five parking lot and saying, well, this father is pleading for us to change his baby. I guess we don't know what we're doing since we kidnapped the baby and hit his wife in the head, but we need the dad to tell us to clean him and change him and feed him. And I know you're a little nervous when you're on TV, but that would be not something to say. They say officials have conducted an extensive search in the area and several search warrants at the Harrow home. A large amount of surveillance video from the area. They know. I told you guys. And he was born in December. That's what I heard. Okay, good. Diabolical? Exactly. Riverside County Sheriff deputies say they responded to a call of a child abuse at a home in the 2300 block of Cottonwood Avenue in Moreno Valley on Thursday afternoon. They confirmed the investigation is related to the Harrows. Hold on. Riverside County Sheriff deputies say they responded to a call of child abuse at a home in the 23,000 block of Cottonwood Avenue in Moreno Valley on Thursday afternoon. They confirmed the investigation is related to the Harrows. What is that? Tina said that was before they got arrested. You guys think so? Hold on. That's all it says. It doesn't say just received a breaking news. Parents have been charged with murder of Emmanuel. Oh, yeah, we know that. Deborah, they already charged him. That's not breaking news. We know that. They charged him when they picked him up Friday. today's Tuesday. They got arrested on Friday. That happened on Thursday. Okay. So what you're saying is they got a call. Hold on. Because this is something that I didn't know. Let me try to go back. It says, okay. Riverside County Sheriff deputies say they responded to a call of child abuse at a home in the if that's so, the little girl was already taken on Thursday. They got arrested on Friday. They happened on Thursday. So they got a call that Thursday for responding to a call of child abuse at a home in the 23,000 block. Okay. Hello.
Hey, SP.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, okay. All right. Listen. Okay, they got arrested on Friday, right?
Yes.
So on Thursday, they received another call on Cotton. What did you say, Cottonwood?
Yeah, on Cottonwood.
Okay, so they received another phone call to another abuse on Cottonwood. That was on Thursday.
Yeah, but they don't have the little girl.
It may be for somebody else's child.
Oh, okay.
It may be. I don't know. That's why I didn't say anything. I knew about I knew about it, but they didn't come out and say what child. If she was babysitting, then you know Jake ain't going to babysit.
Well, you know Jake got other kids, and the mother put a restraining order on him, and she wanted in the visitations, she wanted to be where he's being watched on the visitations. She's scared, you know. So could it be one of his other kids?
I don't know, but they received that phone call. They received that phone call on Thursday. Then they got picked up on Friday.
Right, and the little girl's been taken a week prior than that. So it's not the little girl. It's not the little.
It's not the 2-year-old baby, y'all. It's not the 2-year-old baby. It may be another child. It may be another child.
It may be another child of his that the mother probably said, you know, because Vanessa has kids by him.
Right.
And he has visitation, and I don't know. I know she put a restraining order on him, and she wanted supervised visitations. And
Something strange, y'all. Something strange.
What are they doing to these kids? Like, why is it that he don't like his kids or something?
Girl, I don't think Jake likes himself. I don't think Jake likes himself. But I gotta hand it to California cops though. They are on this like fish on grease.
Yeah. Yeah, I love them.
Yeah. You think that what happened to the California City boys? They're not making no mistake again?
Well, you know, I don't really believe. You believe they made mistakes in the California City boys? I don't believe they did, because you got to remember, what's the boy's name? What's this one?
Classic
No,
no.
Trezell and
Jacqueline
did not report those kids missing
No.
For a long time. We really don't know how long it's been when those kids was even missing.
Well, they didn't report Emmanuel missing until now.
Yeah, but Emmanuel's only but 7 months old, so you know, He's
I
7
mean,
months. So
he could be older than that. He
no,
could be older than that.
he's 7 months old.
He could be older than that. He might be 9 months. He might be 8 months. He might be older than that, y'all. We don't know. We don't know.
What do you
But
mean?
they report him as 7 months.
Well, the baby was born in December.
So they say. I don't know. That's what I heard. December 24th. I don't know. We don't know. Where's the birth certificate at?
Well,
I mean, there's nothing wrong being born at home, but you got to show proof of the child being born.
well, I'm pretty sure they know that the child is about 7 months. But here's the thing, and then you look at the baby. The baby is definitely not a newborn. The baby's definitely over
No.
5 months old. We've seen pictures of the baby being, eyes open and everything, and so in the last 2 months, we don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, SP, in one of those pictures, right, do
Mhm.
you think that he might have Down syndrome?
No, I think the baby probably was in pain. Cause
That's, well, yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Baby
Like,
syndrome.
yeah, I think the baby was slow, but the baby's not slow because he's slow. I think just like the little girl, like he probably had broken bones, ribs, and he just seemed like he just never was happy. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't, like it was only but one picture where he was giddy, happy. He was kind of laughing, only but one picture,
One. That was it.
you know.
Well, I done made my reservation of it. I'm saying Corey because Corey didn't report Cody for a long time.
Right.
Just like this
But
case
but
right
see,
here.
but no, but this baby was born in a hospital, and so they do know that the baby would be, you know, 7 months going on 8 months. The end of this month, which is now, he's turning 8 months, but he, the pictures show him at least more than 5 months old because he's big, healthy. He was healthy. He was a big, healthy baby, and he was kind of trying to stand, in the car. I seen a picture where he was standing in the car. He was just a little giddy happy. But other than that, all the other pictures, he looks like, he was just not a happy baby.
He looks like
It wasn't like he wasn't a happy baby. He looks like he probably cried.
He was tired.
Yeah, like he was like he was in pain.
Yeah. I don't know, SP.
And they're gonna, if they find the baby, this baby's gonna, just like the little girl, she had healing broken ribs. Healing broken 6 ribs. That's half of your ribs right there.
Yeah. And they renamed the baby. They named the baby Promise.
Oh.
Promise Faith. Yep.
Who
They renamed her.
Oh.
That was Vanessa's cousin that got the little girls, the 2-year-old and Promise, and yeah, girl, I've been keeping my eye on this story, honey. Oh Lord, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Right.
It's a lot.
Don said lots more news crews pulling up. Don, are you at the place?
Well, I'm gonna go back in the chat.
Alrighty.
All right.
Yes. Why don't you can, if I send you the link, can you show us? She's there. Here, I'm gonna send you the link. Cause she's saying they pulling up. And the grandmother that was on the news has never seen him. Right. Do you see the link in the chat? I'll put it in there again. Just in case.
Hey, mic
Okay.
check, mic check.
All right. What's going on, Don?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Let me go this way. Okay, there we go.
Let me increase your thing here.
The
Oh,
volume.
no. I want to increase what you're showing us here. It's not letting me increase it. Let's see. Okay, it's there we go. There we
There
go.
it is. Okay. Oh man, it's reversed for me. Okay, so actually we're outside right now. Here's the courthouse. Um, let me just walk around. Hold on, let me fix my backpack.
So there's newscasts. They're showing up.
Yeah, they are. Like right now, it doesn't look like it's sideways, but right now this is Action 10 News right here. Action 10. Hey, you back again, huh? I know that place across the street is good. So these guys here is Action 10 News. Basically, here's the Presley right here. Hey, there you go. How you doing? Oh, once again. Okay, and then basically out here on the street, a lot of these trucks just pulled up. Channel 7. Hey, how's it going? You're KTLA, right? LA Times, okay. Yeah. Look like they're gonna just probably have the press conference out here. I haven't heard yet. Yeah, I'm actually live right now on another channel. But yeah, that's what it looks like because these guys just pulled up here. So something's
Oh
going
wow.
on. We'll wait for it. Yeah, he's 1:30. I saw something that said 2, but it's been going back and forth that they, I believe. Okay, so this is LA Times. Your name again? Nathan from LA Times. Yeah.
So Nathan from
Okay.
LA Times is there.
Department 61 at 1:30. So they are back on the calendar now, and I'd imagine those charges will reflect Riverside County and no longer San Bernardino County. Okay, and that was the big holdup because the arrest was made in San Bernardino County before, and so they had to transfer that information over to Riverside County. So it seems like Riverside County is going to be, taking the lead on everything. Okay, I was just getting ready to give them a show. Oh, I didn't put my private on. Hold on. Hold on 1 second, SP.
Okay.
Do not disturb. Where are you at? Okay, sure thing. Sure thing. We ain't going nowhere. We here. We here.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. I had to put my do not disturb on. So basically here, I'll just go down because, man, oh, they have the little memorial here of the balloons. Get a
Okay.
shot of this and slide through somebody's
Oh,
spot. Emmanuel Aro. I don't know. Is that like is the street sign showing? Is it reading correct? The writing?
it says Maine.
Okay, so on my screen it's backwards.
Oh no, it says
Okay,
Maine.
but yeah, a lot of so this is KTLA 5 right here. Eyewitness News 7. These are a lot of the news crews. There's a lot of bloggers out here, a lot of TikTokers out here. A lot of people went and got some lunch because we've been here since 8 o'clock this morning, thinking that it was going to be at 8 o'clock.
So, so we are Cody's voice is asking, what time is court?
He just said at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Yeah, 2 o'clock in court in 61, Department 61.
Okay.
Yeah, so down there. I've seen quite a few TikTokers out here. Not sure YouTubers. I'm actually riding my motorcycle out here. We're not, we're all in an empire, so the IE is showing up for this because it kind of touches everyone in the area,
Yes.
especially knowing that, they're actually out here trying to play on everyone's intelligence with the story that they're giving. What happens to these adults, they're going to get their just due. Just if the baby is gone, just be able to find out where he is and give him a proper send off.
Right. Right.
I saw Court TV out here earlier. A lot of these vehicles unmarked, they're rent vehicles because we don't have a bona fide news station out here in IE.
Oh.
So a lot of these guys have to travel in from LA.
Uh-huh.
And Court TV flew in from Georgia.
Oh. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Court TV is there?
Yeah, Court TV is here. I don't see him right now, but this little taco stand across the street from the courthouse is getting big business. So I think everybody's just reading or eating right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the old courthouse or the original courthouse down here, but in the convention center.
So Don, thank you for sharing your live with us. Thank you.
Oh, this
I
is
know,
your live. This is
but
I'm
for you to share, the live with us, being live right now, we appreciate you.
okay. My thing is, I just pretty much do behind the scenes. I have a channel, but I just pretty much do behind the scenes of other people's stuff. I'm not a YouTuber. I work nights, so if it's at 3 o'clock, if it's at 6 o'clock, but by 6 o'clock tonight, I got to be out of here because I work nights. So I'm just spending my time. We actually went out into the Badlands yesterday, actually, looking through that area. And the thing about that area is there are so many coyotes, bobcats, the crows, the hawks, just so much wild animals activity out there that, if that's where he's at. And it seems like it may have been, he's been gone for some time.
Right. And maybe that. So a lot of people don't know the Badlands is where Jake was seen with the officers searching for the baby.
Correct.
So they
and the thing,
are they assuming that the animals done got the baby now?
Well, I mean, that's a good possibility if he's in that. Even if you throw something from the road or those gates aren't locked. A lot of times we grew up on riding quads and dirt bikes down there in that area, in the sand dunes on the other side of the mountain. So, because of a lot of the animals, things could have happened. Babies have a lot of soft, even their bones are still not fully developed.
Right.
But according to speaking with some of the guys that have or that train the cadaver
Uh-huh.
dogs, they're actually saying, even if, there was, I'm not trying to be morbid, but, even if there was animal activity, they should still they could still pick up a scent.
Yeah. Exactly.
The only thing about, that is while he was sitting in the cell, if he said, oh, I went through this gate and I dropped down into the canyon, the thing about it, there's 3 gates over there.
Yeah.
So if he's not that familiar with that area, they just went to a gate,
Uh-huh.
you know, that may not have been the right location.
Okay.
So what this is going to do, and what I think is going to happen, is this is going to buy them some time to be able to, search further, put more pressure on them, and maybe, be able to build a stronger case than what they may already have.
Right.
But as we know, as far as the baby, there should be 0 blood of the baby in the home. 0.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so, we're not saying that what they found was the baby's blood, but they said, a significant amount of blood has been found.
Right. They said there was
So,
a lot of blood. First they said there was blood in the laundry room and it was just a little bit. But then they came back and said there was a lot of blood on the carpet.
yes, yes, yes. And then that's what I'm saying. Maybe that could have been. Let me cross the street over here.
Where Cody's voice is in the building. She is asking
Okay.
why they haven't been back out there.
Well, that's the thing. We don't know if they've been out there or not. I passed by there twice yesterday. I didn't see them, but that didn't mean anyone, nobody walked down into the canyon. They very well could have gone out there and just not drawn so much public attention.
Hmm.
So we just don't know the answer to that. I mean, they could be out there now. But like I say, this is actually giving them the opportunity to buy more time to do searches or to put pressure on them to turn up, because it seems like they're on 2 different pages. Jake has them out in the Badlands, and she said he's sticking to her same story. So they're definitely not on the same page with what they got going on.
Right. Right. Do you think Jake is helping them or is he sending them on a goose chase?
I mean, it could be both. I think it could be both, but
Hmm.
it definitely wouldn't bode well for him to be playing games,
Right.
because this is not a game,
Right.
So, but at the same time, I don't feel as that they should be giving him any kind of deal just because he's showing them where the body is either. It looks more like what he did with the first situation that he was involved in, where he was putting a lot of the blame on the mother,
Uh-huh.
on the mother of I believe her name's Promise. So he pretty much said she did it. She did it. Well, over here it looks like I'm saying he very well could be doing that now in this
Right.
situation.
Right. Because she is still sticking to the story.
Right.
Maybe
And
she hasn't heard him tell them or help them find the baby. And so she's still sticking to it until, regardless what they telling her, yeah, he told us this, he told us that. She's like, no, somebody hit me in the head, and they
right, because they're in 2 separate jails now. He's probably 12 miles away from where we are now here in Riverside. So unless she had access to see something on the news, she's probably just now finding out that he may be working.
Right.
But the whole thing could have been a ploy to get them to turn up the pressure. You know, eventually one of them has got to give up the information, or maybe only one of them knows where the baby's actually at. You
Right.
know what I mean? But you said something earlier, and I wanted to go back to that because there was information that was said that, and this goes with the 16-year-old that they had there at the home. There was an incident of drinking, getting drunk, and having a fight in the laundry room.
Oh,
And where they would have found that blood at, that's kind of how that all pulls together. So there was an incident in the laundry room involving Jake, Rebecca, and possibly her holding the baby. I don't know exactly what channel I saw the information on, but that was put out there as well.
so this fight could have occurred prior to the reporting of Emmanuel being missing.
Correct.
But I guess what I was reading where they said something about uh, a, a, um, a call was called for child abuse was on a Thursday. Um, but it
Okay.
didn't. Go ahead.
Okay, and I heard you when you were talking about that. Well, they had already removed the 2-year-old from the home, and this was prior to them being arrested. They
Right.
had custody of the 2-year-old, and that charge came out somewhere about, or that call came out afterwards. It may be that they, how do you say, it gave the 2-year-old an examination, gave the 16-year-old an examination. Someone else that they're connected to has is claiming that there was some type of abuse. You understand what
Oh,
I mean?
uh-huh. Okay. So that's
No.
probably why they took the 2 year old.
Oh yeah. Well, they most definitely had to remove the 2-year-old from the home. But in the process, I would think that the social services would do an examination to ensure that the child hasn't been harmed in any kind of way, and
Right.
maybe that could be a possibility as to where those charges came from.
Oh, okay. Because we seen the 2 year old with Jake holding the 2 year old, and the little girl was running around at some time, so she looked like she was fine. She didn't. I didn't see no bruises on her or anything.
And one of the things that this is uncovering is that it does not sound as though they have been getting adequate medical care. As in checkups regular. The baby had not seen a doctor, pretty much since the baby was birthed. If the baby was birthed in a hospital or at home, I don't think we've 100% gotten an answer to that because childbirth, even in the hospital, is private information. So that's, according to HIPAA, that's kind of hard to get here in California, that
Right.
information.
Right. Well, remember
Um,
she said something about the baby didn't have his immunization shots, but it would be very weird for being a Spanish descent to have a home birth because of all the stuff with Trump sending Spanish descent back over to Mexico, and would want to have papers on your baby that they were born in the United States so that they could stay.
well, what do they call them? Doulas? They're supposed to, they're like mandated reporters.
Uh huh.
So if they write down a time and date and all of that, that's supposed to be, official.
Okay.
So, I mean, if it was in September and they wrote down December, could that happen? It could happen,
Yeah.
but, you know, um, yeah, I just
Oh
don't
yeah.
know.
Oh yeah. You're right. I wasn't born in a hospital myself, so that's why I really uh, And you're right. Celebrate my birthday on the 10th, knowing it was somewhere in July. But yeah.
This is on this side over here is Family Law Court, which is just across the street from Presley Courthouse and pretty much the jail intake over there. So that thing there, that's a lot of questions. But as this goes on, a lot of that will come out, especially leading up to a court date. Earlier I was trying to find a, they usually have the intake by the gate where they bring the prisoners in. If he's got a court date here today, he would have to come in through this back entrance in a car, if he's not already in there.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's getting a little windy.
So how long have you been there this morning?
I've been here since about 7:45.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I've already went inside and came back out once they said that there's not going to be the hearing this morning.
Okay. And you think the reason why they didn't have the hearing this morning is because of what?
Well, no, it's a fact that because they're having the arraignment here in Riverside County, then the charges have to come from Riverside County.
Oh, okay.
The arrest took place in San Bernardino County.
Oh, so that's why somebody was saying it was breaking news, they charged.
Right. So what happens is from the time of the arrest, you have 48 to 72 hours to bring official charges. So even though they had put charges on the booking sheet, that wasn't the official charge. That wasn't the official paperwork.
Okay.
So now maybe all the paperwork is transferred over to Riverside County here now. So they'll charge it. Now that they're saying it's at 2:00, they've already finished the paperwork.
Okay.
Which, like I said earlier, our sheriff here in Riverside County is running for governor.
Okay.
So maybe this press conference, maybe that's what they're setting up for the sheriff to come out here and say what's going on. I don't know. But once they make the arrest, it's really on the DA to do the charges. But I'm sure maybe they'll both stand together in doing so.
And where is Rebecca coming from?
Well, she's here in a bit. She would be here.
She's there already?
She's here already. This is home for her. This is home for her. Honey, I'm home, she said.
Yeah, she should be talking.
Well, she did do an interview with what's her name? I can't think of her name, but one of the reporters. She did do an interview with one of the reporters, and man, what she said there was, oh well, he's a good father. He would never hurt a kid.
Right.
It's like, what? Wait a minute. You said
so did the reporter tell her that he was being seen out there with the sheriff department?
No, not in that interview. Not in that interview. And that's what I was saying. I don't know. While she was doing the interview, he was out there in the field. So I don't even think the reporter knew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I was saying earlier, it's not like they're on the same page.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was a good thing to split them up. So there's no possibility of them sharing information, trying to concoct a story any further than it already, twisted any further than it's already twisted.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna slide back through here. Yeah, I don't see a lot of the TikTokers that were here earlier.
They probably got. Well, once they had first said the first time that they was going to court was start, people get a little tired after that. So,
Right.
what time is it there right now?
Hold on, let me check. 12:34.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 12:34. Okay, I see Court TV. Oh, I just saw him. Court TV just showed back up. Yeah, so it was. It's gonna be about 2 hours.
Oh, wow. Hmm. Y'all trees down there are so beautiful.
Oh, these palm trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless it's in your yard, that's a lot of work. Trimming them prawns. That's a lot of work.
Huh. They're pretty though.
I'm trying to find Lizzie. Are you on? Are you only on YouTube, or do you have TikTok as well, and any other channels?
I do. We have like 7 channels, but
Oh,
I
okay, okay,
yeah, we're on TikTok and we're on Instagram. We're on all of them though.
okay,
Um, but I like YouTube better. It's just a little bit more. I think more mature group. Without all the other stuff going on.
okay. Look like action. What is it? It's action 3 or action 10? Let's see. It's that. Oh, it's news 3. News 3. It's just action.
They have been officially charged for murder and making a false police report. Remember, this story started all the way back on August 14th. That was when Rebecca Haro called police and said she was attacked in a sporting goods parking lot store. When she came to, her baby was gone, kidnapped. Police say that did not happen. Now,
You
suddenly,
hear that?
Uh-huh.
an area near Highway 60 in the Moreno Valley with Jake Haro present in orange jumpsuit. They said they were looking for Emmanuel's remains. So the big question a lot of us are saying as arraignment is coming up is what evidence do prosecutors have? Because we know yesterday they have not indicated they have found little Emmanuel, and they did say yesterday that Jake was not assisting them. So that's a big question. Where are Emmanuel's remains? Another question we have, as court is expected to start within the next hour here, is who was representing Rebecca Haro. Remember, we spoke to Vincent Hughes, Jake's attorney, earlier in the week, and in subsequent interviews, he said, I am not representing Rebecca. So that's something that we're going to want to find out as well. Also, we do know that tomorrow at 10 a.m., Riverside DA's office is going to have a press conference on this case. We've been asking all week for interviews with investigators, asking who is going to be the face of this story from an official standpoint, and it looks like we have that answer. It's going to be the Riverside DA's office. That's going to happen tomorrow. We're going to be here at court. We know that it is a pool camera situation, so for folks at home, that means that when Jake and Rebecca are arraigned, a camera is going to record that, and then we'll get the video after, and we'll bring that to you as soon as we get it. Be sure and stick with News Channel 3 throughout the day and as we continue our coverage on this epic and devastating story. For now, live in Riverside, I'm Derek Hobb, News Channel 3.
Wow. Okay. So they're going to have a press conference tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know if you could hear that or not, but yeah. So they're gonna do that tomorrow. Okay. And basically what he was saying was that they're going to one of these news crew is going to do the filming. Oh, I'm sorry. One of these news crews is going to do the filming, and then they'll release it to everyone that wants a copy of that, rather than letting a whole bunch of separate cameras into the courtroom.
Right. We are Cody's Voice is asking, I want to know why the search isn't an ongoing. He okay. He said that Jake was with them, but Jake was not assisting them in the search.
Well, this is what I saw while I was out there. They were out there already doing the search, and they had been there for about 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes. And then Jake came up They brought him afterwards.
Uh-huh.
He walked out there, stayed out there maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes, turn around, they walked him back to the car.
Oh.
Yeah, he was not out there the whole time that they were out there from the very beginning. So,
Oh.
and that's why I was saying earlier, maybe he said that it was by one of the gate that goes into the Badlands. The Badlands is, I mean, that area is huge. And we mostly go on the other side. This side, there's a Badlands landfill. You got the I don't know what they call that area right there. Then you have the dune side. So there's three different sections, but they're over there. There's three different gates. So while he was sitting in the cell, he may have told them I was by one of the gates, or I went down one of the gates, and he may not have known about the other two gates. So they just went to a gate. They
Yeah.
could have just gone to a gate. I'm trying to be, correct with the verbiage on that.
Right.
So they may or may not have been at the right location.
And or they could get a little bit of information from him, and he could be sending them on a goose chase, like, and so they bring him out there to make sure that is publicated that it seems like he's assisting them
Right.
to make Rebecca come out and go, okay, he's telling them everything, so I might as
Yeah.
well go ahead and say something.
Right. Right. They're pitting one against the other. You know
Yeah,
how kids play in between mom and dad, play that.
exactly. Yeah,
Right.
because I would think that, if I was in her situation and I seen it on TV that he's out there with them, and we know that we done put the baby somewhere out there, oh, he's helping them.
Right. So
I
she
would
might
think that.
come unglued. She might come unglued and, go off the Richter scale and give it all up. Give it all up. And honestly, that's what we need to happen, really, for them both to just give it up. What's happened? Um, it's not a game. We just want to do this and take it on the chin. Take it on the chin. But now it's growing. I would say the majority of the public is leaning on the side that they did something nefarious. And there are some people out here saying, oh, because of this, because of that, show grace. Nah, I mean, everybody has their own opinion, but the majority of the people think something nefarious went on.
Yeah, with her being a 41-year-old woman wanting to have this baby, and him 30, 31. Wow. Um, I really can't see her hurting a child.
I know what. And another thing, and
Okay.
I was maybe you can. Oh, you missed, man. What kind of ball you been playing? All right. Uh, um, the other thing is, they were trying to get. We were talking about it this morning that some people were saying it could be a possibility that the dates of when he was in jail and out of jail wasn't exactly lining up to a 9 month birth that the baby could possibly been his brother and not his.
Oh,
I'm not alleging that. I'm just saying this is what the conversation was out here. So they're running down those dates of his incarceration before, and because the brother just recently passed from an overdose, but I don't know anything about it. I hadn't been looking into anything other than finding this baby.
right.
But
Right.
other people out here that are part of the true crimes community has been investigating everything, every aspect of this that is public.
Right. Because the brother, okay, so yeah, they just went to a funeral
And I was asking that question: was the funeral the brother, or was the funeral the nephew? Was it her brother, his brother? Yeah, I didn't get any answers on that, so I really can't speak to it other than say that wow, that would be something if I saw side by side pictures of him and then the brother, and it's like wow.
Well,
But even and let me say this, and even still, he had anger issues, he had a child abuse issues even prior to that. So
right,
take that with a grain of salt. It's
exactly. But they said he didn't really do no time in jail. It was like maybe a month, but nevertheless, um, just the accusation that the baby could be his brother's, that mean someone had to been having some sexual relations.
that's kind of what they were saying, was that that's what it could have been. But there again, I don't know the ins and out about that.
Right. That's going more into uh assuming something than there's no facts.
Right.
Yeah. We
So
they
I'll
could
let them. I'll let them dig all that up, and in the end, eventually, someone will put a documentary, will put enough information together to be able to go from the front page to the back. You know,
yeah.
yeah,
He just got we know for a fact he's got anger issues. He could have got mad because the popcorn was overcooked. We don't know.
yeah. The other thing was they did have. I actually saw it this morning. The black eye that she had, or as you can see now from the mugshot, she had been using some kind of makeup to cover up the left eye,
Uh-huh.
underneath the left eye.
Uh-huh.
You can see it now clearly, more clear, that both of her eyes at a point in time were both blackened.
I you know what? Don, I told everybody that. I did. I told everybody. I said she's got two black eyes, you guys.
Yeah,
And people was like, "Oh, SP, you're digging into it." I'm like, I can see it.
yeah, you can see it.
I said, "Shoot,
So,
she was fighting somebody. Somebody was fighting her, and she lost."
and you know what? If that's what they do as adults, y'all do that, lead a baby out of it. This is eyewitness news sneaking around the back way. Hey man, what they doing back here? I'm trying to catch the lawyer. Yeah, you don't mind if I walk around a little bit more. And
So,
you know what? Let me say this. Let me say this. I hear a lot of people saying, oh, he's got long sleeves on in the summertime in California. You know what? That's what we do. A lot of people do. When you're kind of used to it, you're used to it. So I don't really take that one. I mean, a lot of people cover up their tattoos, that sort of thing. But that's why on his mugshot, you see that you can tell he does not have a shirt on his mugshot, because in intake, they want to see your tattoos, whether there's some kind of gang affiliation, or who you're rolling with, or any of that.
right, right. And I've never been to California, but I know, I was born in Denver, and when we go up to Denver in the summertime, there's still snow in the mountains and downtown, but it's the cold is different compared to the cold here. It's weird, and people
It's
say
a more crisp cold or wet
it's
cold, or
it's where you can wear shorts and you're not cold, but the whole the atmosphere is just weird. It's like it's just a decent warm, but it's not cold. Like it's not hot enough to melt, but you still see the snow. But it's just weird,
all right.
and people are wearing shorts all day long.
Yeah, that's another thing. See, and that's the thing with me. I can deal with the heat. I just don't like the snow. I don't even. It gets cold. I'm out quick, quick.
Oh, you wouldn't survive here then.
It's like and see right here in the IE, we can literally go up to the snow in the wintertime. You can go up to the snow, probably about 45 minutes to get up there, depending on which mountain you go up, to Big Bear or Idlewild. And then in the evening time, drive an hour to the west, and you're at the ocean. So, so you know what I'm saying? Playing in the snow in the morning, surfing in the water on the evening. That's how
Well,
close. That's why this area is centrally located, and a lot of people, kind of flock to this area.
so it's not hot, like blazing hot.
No, it does get to be about 105.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it does get to be about 105.
Oh, I could never.
It's not the desert, but it's a lot of the heat comes through here. But out there towards Cabazon and heading towards Palm Springs, yeah, they gets to be like 113, 120.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's crazy. If if they say it's 97, may hit 99, they shut the schools down over here. We're not doing it.
Hey, here goes on the Tira. Here he is right in front of me.
Oh, he's really good. We gave him a good shout out all day.
Let's see what he's doing. You see how they loving it. You get it. Can you see that?
Now,
Here, right there. See, my camera is reversed, so I can't really see.
oh, I think I see him. He's got the blue shorts on. Yes.
And surely enough, it's the whole family, the grandparents, and Manuel. August 10th. August 10th? Yes. She seen the mother, she had the black eye. The baby was sitting in the basket. And sure enough, they came into Costco Eastville. Big issue. On the 10th, no, I know. The 10th of August. I'm going to cry. I came here down here just to tell you. My name is Christina Herrera. And I'm from right here, Riverside. I've been here all my life. I'm a right here. I wanted to come down here and share this with you because I've been following you and I wanted to tell you this. I didn't want to text you. I want to tell you in person. I'm so glad
I'm glad I came.
I'm glad you did come.
I'm glad I did too.
So I'm sure the detectives know about it.
Yeah, they know, but that's good. We can let
There's
the public know
cameras,
now.
there's cameras everywhere. The whole family, the grandma, the
So
grandpa.
Manuel was alive on the 10th. Yeah, Manuel was alive on the 10th.
Yes, he was, August 10th. Between,
Aaron has left the chat.
I have between 12 noon and 4 p.m. They have it over there at Costco, I guess. I don't have the detectives.
That's all right. They got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so
But I
much.
just want to let you know, Christina.
I hit my bad up here.
No way, it's okay. God bless you.
Okay. So
see.
you just got that exclusive right there. She's saying
Yeah.
at Costco on the 10th. She works at Costco, and the baby was alive at 10th on the 10th, and she had the black eye and everything.
Oh, wow.
You just heard that firsthand. So the baby was alive on the 10th.
Wow. And she seen the baby.
Per the Costco. She didn't say what city, but I think she's. Yeah, let me ask what city.
I think she said Riverside.
Christine. Christine. What city? What city is the Costco? Eastville.
Eastville, California, right there on the
Okay. Okay, so where we're at now, Eastvale is probably 10 miles from here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Wow, so that's kind of exclusive for you right there.
Exactly.
See what happened when you get boots on the ground.
Yes. We love when we can have somebody on the ground. We do.
What code you about to enforce? Oh, okay, okay.
See, they feel real comfortable talking to him because he's Spanish descent.
Every time I see him, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
All in support for Neil
Oh yeah.
Maldonado, and there's many, many, many more behind us. Iram, thank you so much. Of the very effort here at the Robert First Education Center, the food Wagner has now entered the chat. Mira,
Dun dun dun.
dun, 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 dun,
All right. Let's see over here. Oh, he's going inside right now. What? Oh, it's probably 1 o'clock. Probably 1 o'clock right now.
On the 10th, he was seen at Costco and the baby was alive.
Yes. That's what. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So that lets us know she reported him missing on the 14th. So
Right.
that's just 4 days.
We don't do that. We don't do that.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, you can't talk to him while you have him.
Why do you have them? That's it. You know, give them to someone. There's a lot of people that will take care of their kids.
They have some.
Exactly.
They have some your kids. They love you kids. They raise you kids.
Right. All right. So the thing is, yeah, if the police have that footage from the Costco,
Hmm.
that will be proof of life on the 10th. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
that's
but this is how pieces of the puzzle are all coming together. You know, and that's one of the reasons why, yes, it's gonna take time unless they come out and just say what it was, what it is. It's gonna take time to get all the information, compile all the information to be able to bring the justice, and you know, like I say, most importantly, be able to give him a proper send off if he is no longer here.
right. I know a lot of people were hoping for a better um, ending to this, but
Yeah, you know, and you know, how you say, yeah, you do hold out on hope, you know, and I'll tell you another thing. The fact that the mother, and I don't know, the fact that she's a she. I'll go with this newfound thing of pronouns for this. She's a pronoun.
okay.
The fact that she took all the baby's pictures down in the
Yeah.
home,
Yeah.
you know, goes to show she gave up already. So she must have either known something or them eyes on them pictures were eating her up being in that home.
Right.
So she had to take them down, or they had to take them down for that reason. Wow, it's getting really windy. Is that sound bothering now?
It's just a little bit, but it's no biggie. Um, did you notice when she gave her interview and she every time when she say she got up off the when she say floor, the minute she says the floor, she goes off into like some remembrance that she sees in her head, and then like she can just see it. It's
Right. I mean,
like she's looking at the baby on the floor because she didn't say on the pavement, she didn't say on the sidewalk, she didn't say on the cement, on the ground. She said the
right.
floor, and it just sent chills up my everything that she's seeing that baby.
And it very well could have been the floor of your laundry room As I was speaking about that earlier, it could have been the floor of the house, you know. But some people, I guess some people do say that. I hear a lot of people say, you know, I'll say, you know, get out the car. And a lot of people say, get down from the car, you know, get down from the car. I'm like, what? You know, so, you know, there's different verbiage, but, you know, it, sorry, she did say that a few times, the floor. I put the baby on the chair, you know, that's kind of different, you know.
Uh-huh.
But you know, like right now, I think, like I say, I hope they turn the pressure up. And oh, they're getting ready to interview the lady Christine. I guess the news stations are interviewing her about the Costco footage,
Okay.
as well as you know the people that were in the Big Five, the employees of the Big Five, made some instrumental statements in that she had the black eye when she came in here, you know, and things of that nature, or she came in here the day before. So all of that information, you know, because I don't know how it is over there, but out here there's a lot of cameras, especially in the store. But I was surprised. I was surprised that the Big Five the parking lot did not have cameras.
Right.
I'm really shocked at that. You
Right.
know, because inside of the Big Five, they do sell guns in the Big Five. So for them not to have, hey, what's going on? Huh? Um, her in the black, Christina. Oh, I'm actually on someone's live stream right now. It's okay. Huh? She said that the Rebecca came into the Costco in Eastvale, over in Eastvale on the 10th, and she had the baby on the 10th, and she said that's on the film at the Costco. Yeah, on the right. Yeah. So that's what that is. All right. And they got these
You
people
know,
out here.
I wonder, she said she had the baby. Was the baby in the stroller or was she carrying the baby and you can actually see the baby? Because she can run around with the stroller all day long. That doesn't mean there's a baby in the stroller.
You know what? And that's the thing. That's the thing about that. It would be on the video of the Costco. It would be on
Right.
the video of the Costco. But I'll go over here and ask her.
Yeah,
Let me
go
go.
go. Yes. Ask her,
Okay.
like, did you actually see the baby? Because remember there was a sighting of her just walking around the church with the black stroller.
And another child. I don't know who that child was. They didn't say. So I didn't see them visually. My coworker told me she really did see them. They came to her sample table and everything.
But what is it about the story that
Baby was
compelled you to
just
come out here, though? Like, why is it?
because I'm supporting Emmanuel. Poor baby. I have kids of my own. Shame on him. I just feel bad for him. Every time I think about it. I came here to support him in this cause.
What do you hope happens now?
Justice is going to be served. I don't hope anything bad for anybody, but justice has to be served on the family of the baby. Definitely.
Well, the dad's record alone.
Well, that doesn't mean it doesn't. Can I say
I don't even want to say anything about that. I think that
He should have
baby.
never been out.
Yeah.
No. Justice will be served. Enough away. I know. Okay. So how do you feel about it? I guys, sorry. I came to drop my son off at the mall, and I had to stop by. You okay?
You hold this? You hold mine?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Hold that nice and clear so everybody can see, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Give me your first one, please.
I'm Catherine Fernandez. CATHERNANDEZ. I came out in support of the baby because, as we all know, he was not loved, as it looks like from both parents. So we all became his parents. I don't know if you ever feels that. There's not an ounce of in that baby's eyes of happiness. And for me, I have a son, and I remember him being that small. And it's heartbreaking that he never got love. And you could see it in his eyes. He looks like someone hurt. So we want justice. Every county in this area does. It's so close to home that all of us, it's been night and day where we cannot sleep, eat,
Oh, she talks so low I can barely hear her.
He's not, but he's a baby. And he
We received new information this afternoon once we arrived here at the Robert Presley Detention Center that, in fact, Emmanuel was alive August 10th because there is video surveillance at the Costco in Eastvale. And we have first-hand accounts. And if anybody wanted to go investigate that source further, Riverside and San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department have now gained footage to that surveillance. And so new developments here today where Emmanuel was alive on the 10th. The third has now left the chat, but not before the Waterman Discount Mall was raided by officials in San Bernardino because of business owner who shared with us, and we were allowed to put it out there on all social media outlets, and the community really banded together, and now we have provided footage of that as well. And so there is a lot more to come in this case, and charges have now been filed. And maybe also OTT, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Don, did you ask her? Did she actually see the baby,
The,
or was?
you know what? When I was walking up, she said her coworker. She said she saw her pushing, and her coworker saw the basket. But she also said that the cameras would have the baby in the basket, and there was a little girl with her, probably the 2-year-old, probably the 2-year-old.
Yeah. Hmm.
So yeah, so they're gonna probably check that out at Costco, which is about 10 miles away from here. Um, but that's quite interesting. That wow, that's just brought here right to the courthouse steps.
Yeah.
And she and she was very comfortable sharing that information with on the terror.
Right. But see
Right,
what? See, criminals. They try to think ahead, and when someone spotted her at the court, I mean at the church, just pushing a stroller for hours and hours, that makes me think that you would probably go places trying to get us to believe that the baby was still alive just because you have a baby stroller.
right. You know what? I'm looking around right now because there was someone out here today that she was pushing the stroller, and there was a baby doll in the stroller. And it kind of creeped me out because I looked over at the stroller and I looked at the baby, and the little baby doll looked creepy to me, but the little kid was walking with someone else. So she had taken the baby out of the stroller for then. So I get exactly what you're saying as far as trying to, you know, fake it as though you have a baby in a stroller. You're just pushing a stroller.
Right.
I get that. But according to this person here, Christina, and her co-worker, yeah, she was talking really low. I couldn't even hear her, and I'm standing right there.
Okay.
Um, so you might have to catch that on Channel 7. Looks like that was Channel ABC 7 News was
Yeah.
one of them, and the other one was KTLA.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, that may be something that will come out later that the baby was actually seen on the tent. Um, that's the first time we've heard of a date of anyone trying to verify the proof of life.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I just I'm a hard person to satisfy. It's like, yeah, but did you actually see the baby? Like, did she pick the baby up? Did the baby was crying? Did you hear the baby or something? Or did you just see the stroller? So you assume that the baby was in that stroller because there was this one lady. Her baby had been passed away for a week, and she still had the child, but she would take the child to the park and put the child in the swing, and
Right,
that's where they found her at, swinging a deceased baby.
right, right. So I'll definitely go back and listen to that Eyewitness News ABC 7 to hear the exact words that she said. But like I say, a lot of this is going to probably have to wait to come out while in court, or any video or anything like that. Um, or if it's someone can get copies of the actual Costco video footage of
Right,
actually proof of the baby. And I think that's kind of what the hey, bro.
right. So like if they find the baby in some time, and they say, oh well, the baby has been deceased for a month, it's going
Hmm.
to look like that lady was lying when she wasn't lying. Actually, she
Well,
was just sharing what she seen,
what she saw.
but
Right.
still yet she assuming that the baby was there when, you know.
Right. So she was relaying that information, which would be totally different from, like, say, with, for instance, if the grandmother or the sisters or someone like that, family member said, "Hey, I saw the baby on the 10th," and
Right,
they do find out that the baby was gone prior to that. Well, that's a charge in itself on them.
right.
So I, I'm surprised they haven't given some. Hey, what's going on, guys? You good today? How was the drive from Palm Springs? These guys are Univision. They're out of Palm Springs. Other guys that I usually see at different locations. I also covered the Palm Springs bombing. I don't know if you guys remember that, probably about 2 months ago, where they blew up I believe it was a fertility clinic.
Oh,
Yeah, they did that, blew up the building out there. The person that set the bomb blew himself up with it.
oh wow.
So, but like I say, here we pretty much cover all the little stories that's going on in and around. I got my camera. It looked like they're going in. I got to take my camera equipment and put it up because I can't take. They don't allow you to take cameras in this courthouse.
Okay,
So let me. I'm gonna jump off the line, go secure my camera equipment, and see if I can get a seat in the courtroom.
okay.
Okay.
All
All right.
righty.
I appreciate you. Hopefully that panned out for you. Gave you some exclusives there. Hopefully they're all panned out. It was all good information.
Right.
Um,
We
and
appreciate you. Thank you. That's Don. You guys can follow him. He has a YouTube channel, and he's following this case.
I'll be here. I'll be here till we get a verdict or whatever. Whatever is whatever.
Okay, maybe we'll catch up with you
Okay.
again.
Sure thing. Sure thing. Okay.
All right, thank
All
you.
right, y'all. Take care. Can you drop me off the panel? I can't see the
Okay.
exit button. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Hey, you guys, that was Don. I think his last name is K2, Kato. He has a YouTube channel, and he was sharing with us. He's out there in California right now. They are getting ready to do a press conference. It's going to be about another hour from now. She said, "What's this channel?" It's Don K2 Kato, and he's like me. I work night shift. He works night shift, so he tries to do what he can do in the daytime, and he's trying to cover it. And he comes in this channel. I've seen him here in the last 14, 15 days. And he actually wanted to share with us before the big five and where her car was located. Remember, we were supposed to come back on the next day that morning and all of that. Are you coming back on? Girl, of course I'm coming back on. He's trying to go in to see maybe he can get a seat in the courtroom. And if he gets a seat in the courtroom, I'm pretty sure he's going to come out and, hey, maybe we can catch up with him. You know what I'm saying? But this boots on the ground down there in Cali, once again, we're connected. And wow, we did get an exclusive, didn't we? And we got to see our boy, Ahmed, doing his thing out there. And and this is what I was trying to say to you guys. Like, in every case, there is, um, you know, comfort in who the people will talk to. And some people don't understand what I'm saying, but those of you that's been around know what I'm saying. Like, in most cases, we can be miles and states away, but they may feel comfortable with a particular person to talk to. It could be because of their color, their gender, what they speak, how they speak. It could be, and sometimes it's like I said, it could be just their race. Um, that community seems uh, to love um, this guy named Ahmed, and he's on the Tira. But it seems like the people down there know him, and now he's making big big news because a lot of people know him now. Freddie says some people know how to conversate with others like you. Well, we do pick up people in different states. We definitely do. Whether our channel is doing big things or little things, or some people don't get to understand, like, if when we're really on our grind, we get our interviews. We do get our interviews. And but you guys got to know that's when I was working part-time, and I had a lot of time on my hands. Now I'm working full-time and overtime and weekends, and I'm not trying to do that. It's part of my job and survival, kind of. But well, Tina, you have to pay for the ads to go away. I don't have ads on my phone, but I have them on my computer, and I hate it. I'll be like, oh my God. But it was good that Don is in our chat. And when he had said, hey, they're showing up, I'm like, are you there? And I don't have a problem. My mother always told me two things about me is for sure. One is I can be in thought, and then I can be speaking. And sometimes I do not even finish a sentence and go right into another whole paragraph. So sometimes you just got to follow what we're talking about. And that's just my ADHD going, yeah, I've learned now that that's part of that, But yeah, Don, I appreciate him for sharing this morning because, and I think, you guys, I think that, it's a whole hour from now, but, we can come back on and try to catch up with Don and see uh, what he has and what's going on. And wow, I'm so happy that he was live because Freddie says I just don't like how long some ads are. Yeah, yeah. Um, we at Cody's Voices. Please do. Well, maybe this is um I'm in thought. I'm in thought, you guys. And so, if I distract you by going into other conversations or something, I don't do it intentionally. That's just how my brain thinks and how I can kind of understand what's going on. But sometimes I'll be speaking about one thing, but my thoughts are going about other things. Like say right now, my thoughts are about the conversation that Don and I was having. Like, um, uh, I should have been a little bit more, uh, assertive to say, "Hey, Don, go up to the young lady and ask her yourself." But he did let us know that it's going to be on KTLA or Channel 7 that we can get that information that the young lady said about working at Costco. And if you don't know what Costco is, some people do not know because it's not in their town or city or state or whatever. But Costco is one of those big stores that branched with it's a part affiliated with Walmart, but it's where you buy food and supplies in bigger bulk, but you have to have a membership. Um, but the what I heard the lady say is she didn't specifically see the baby. She seen the stroller, but she did not specifically see the baby. So that still got me thinking I really cannot account right now or really put in my mind or on, in ink that the baby was alive on the 10th. I can't do that unless someone say, oh no, I seen that baby. Until someone say, I seen that baby that you guys are looking for, he was in the stroller. He was crying. And I was like, oh, let me see the baby. Or she pulled the baby out to rock him or something. And I seen that baby. But for right now, people being weird and harming a baby, you have to not think like a normal person, like what we think, because we're normal. We're not going to go hurting the babies, killing babies, and saying that somebody kidnapped them and said, "Hola." We're not going to do that. We're going to take care of our kids and see the people that we're talking about. They get in fights, they get in arguments, kid get hurt. I'm not saying they did it intentionally because I don't think anybody's going to come forward and say, I just got mad, had a bad day, and I took it out on the baby. Nobody in their right mind, even in a wrong mind, is going to say that. So I can actually tell you guys, like, for me, if Jake is talking, and I do believe, even though I'm happy that Don shared with us that Jake was only out there at that place, uh 60 miles off of, I mean, not 60 miles, but off of Highway 60, uh for only but like 3 or 4 minutes. That's what he said. He really wasn't out there for like an hour, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes. He said that they were already out there searching, and then they brought Jake to that area, and Jake was only out there for like 2, 3 minutes, and then he was back in. But like I said, police do know how to shake people up. Remember, remember the case where, and I always tell you guys, remember um, Derica and Patrick, where Derica was in jail and they let Patrick out. And while Derica's in jail, Derica can see the news that Patrick Stallworth was let out of jail. And so, guess what? Then she get on the phone and call Patrick and be like, "You need to get me out now. Or I'm talking. I'm gonna. Hey, I need to talk to y'all." Patrick was out of jail, and everybody was like, "Why they let Patrick out?" Patrick was out. His auntie and his mama was like, "Leave that girl alone. Don't talk to her." And Patrick was still taking the calls from her. And so these are tactics that the police do. You guys, you think that they don't have ways to convince you or make you think something when it's not what you see. Just like I just said. And I'm so glad Don told us. Oh, Don said, "I was out there." He wasn't out there. The police and the sheriff, all of them was already out there searching and looking. And then they brought Jake to that area, and he was there for like 2 to 3 minutes and back in the car. Well, I will tell you, if that was me being Rebecca and I seen Jake out there in the desert with the police officers standing there, I would assume that he's telling them what he did or what we did or how we got rid of the baby or something. And that area is maybe an area of interest because of their car GPS. And maybe he just don't remember where he actually placed the baby. That's not something you're trying to remember. Oh, I remember that tree. I remember that branch. I remember, I drove 10 minutes. No, I drove somewhere, and yeah, I know I dumped the baby somewhere, but I don't know. I know one thing, you guys, and I'm going to say this. They're not going to bring that man out into the desert if they don't believe that the baby is in the desert. That would be a bad call, because if Rebecca knows that the baby is in the trash somewhere, or the baby is in Timbuktu, 50 miles from where they are, that makes it where she knows good and well Jake is not helping them. But if Jake does not know if Rebecca did it herself, where she put the baby, she knows it's flawed. Here's what I'm telling you guys. First of all, this is why I say they both know. They both know. Whatever happened to Emmanuel, they both know. And they both know because they have listened to their conversation. They could be in the house talking. Here's something that you guys do not understand about when you're dealing with the CSI or dealing with the FBI. I know I can tell you from not only experience, but I know for sure that they will not arrest you, and they won't even bug your phone, or they have bugged your phone. You don't know, but they're listening. They can be right a block away from your house. When you watch TV and you see how they surveillance somebody and they have these earmuffs on and they have the antennas on the car or the van and they pointed a certain direction. Oh, trust me. Trust me. That is true. That is not no, oh, we just make this stuff up. But they can hear you talk to the person in your house what you said. They don't have to plant something, which they could do that also. They could plant little bugs on that lamp or on the light socket, a screw. You think it's a screw in your light fixture or something, or a button on a teddy bear or something. You think that's what that is, and it's all kind of devices that you just do not know, and they can hear what you say. Even if you're trying to not say what you're saying, but you're saying it, they know what you're talking about. And long as they get information that you both are in conspiracy of trying to hide something, they know that both of you are involved or both of you guys know. So they play one against the other. Where Cody's voice says, I think they're keeping everything close to the vest. Hey, Danielle, how you doing? Hey, Freddie, what's going on? I see you in the building. Connie Branch, Miss Karen is in the building. So, one thing that it was surprising me was when the police was saying they're not saying that he's working with them. And I was like, he's not working with them. Well, maybe they were transferring him somewhere and they said, well, we'll take you out here. And, and then now they got pictures of you. If he was only there for 3 minutes, literally enough where pictures were seen, we get to see him out there, and we're like, oh, wow. The first thing I thought, and I'm just being honest with you, oh, he's talking, he's telling. And if me and Jake was together, and I seen on the news that here he is in handcuffs, but he's out there where we done put this baby or whatever, oh my goodness. It is time to talk. And I'm going to tell you something. I didn't think that before. But now I can think that because I was like, why would the police keep saying that? Because the reporters are asking him, is Jake working with you guys? And they're saying, no, Jake's not working with us. Then what is he doing out there? I mean, you just cannot just pull somebody from jail and just take them out into the desert and just, you know what I'm saying? Unless you were transporting him and said, oh, well, let's take him out and just put this picture out there because we definitely don't have anything else. Oh, yeah, it's very suave, very suave. Thank you, Lord. Where Cody's voice said, I'll be thinking he's turning on me. Exactly. Miss Didi said, I think they were using him because she is the perpetrator of the disappearance for the baby. Bull, he's definitely saying something. Oh, most definitely. But why would they say, they're not saying he is working with us or he's not working with us? No, he's definitely working with them. I don't know why I didn't get my notification that you were live. Oh, yeah, we've been live for two and a half hours. We've been live for 2.5 hours. Freddie says, I want Miss Didi. It was an accident. I was doing too much. I apologize again, girl. What I did had me feeling bad. Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, you were doing too much, Miss Freddie. But it's all good. She over there laughing. I know Freddie laughing. Freddie's like, I wasn't trying. Tina says, if I was Rebecca and I saw Jake on TV, it is time to talk. Weird Cody's voice says, there's not going to say he's working with them. Well, on an arraignment, let me see if my phone charged up any, because I would hate to have to. You guys, my phone only charged up 4%. That's crazy. They're not going to say that. Anyways. Someone needs to sing. Exactly. Let's see here. Let's see if anybody came out with anything. So TMZ is saying they're not saying anything we don't know, you guys, but I'm just letting you know this is where I got this from. TMZ, it says officially charged with murder. They are officially charged. So we didn't understand why they were charged already. Now they're saying they're officially charged with murder as well as a misdemeanor following their arrest. So they are charged with a misdemeanor too. Probably lying to the police. Let me see. Jake and Rebecca were hit with charges of felony murder and misdemeanor, filing a false police report. Okay. The Riverside County District Attorney Office announced Tuesday that bail was set at $1 million each. So now they have bail. The update came just before the controversial couple was expected to arrive at Riverdale Hall, about 50 miles east of Los Angeles, where they were said to be arraigned, as their infant son, who investigators now believe is deceased, remained missing. The mystery surrounding young Emmanuel's disappearance went viral 2 weeks ago when Rebecca claimed she was attacked in a Big Five sporting goods parking lot in Yucapa, California, and that her son was subsequently abducted. I might be wrong, but I think she did it and he's the accessory after the fact. Just my opinion. Okay. Despite tearful plea for the return of her son on the news, investigators were unable to rule out foul play due to inconsistencies of the mother's story. Jake's past felony conviction for willfully child cruelty also surfaced at the time. The couple then stopped cooperating with authorities, resulting in a police canine search of the Hayros family home in Cabazon, and Jake's vehicle was seized. Jake and Rebecca were then arrested at the home last week on suspicion of murder. Jake in shackles after accompanied by police in their search for Emmanuel near a highway days later. ABC 7 reports Jake was not helping with the search. However, he was not helping with the search. However, Rebecca has maintained her kidnapping story from jail and told reporters she believes Emmanuel could still be alive. In contrast, investigators say they believe the kidnapping did not occur, citing evidence from the search. $1 million bail. That means that they will probably lower their bail down the road. But now they got a bail. So the police is still saying that Jake is not helping them. But pictures speaks louder than words. Connie Branch, Karen says one way or another, they both were involved. Okay. That's what TMZ is saying. Okay, let me look and see because I believe I hate when they write so much. Uh the parents of missing 7-month-old Emmanuel are set to appear in court on Tuesday for the first time since they were arrested last week on suspicion of murder. Jake and Rebecca were arrested at their home on Friday morning. Uh, on one count each of murder more than a week after the infant's mother reported that he was kidnapped outside of the store. Officials said they were taken into custody by detectives with the San Bernardino County Sheriff Homicide Details and Specialized Enforcement Divisions at their residence in Cabazon. Both suspects were booked in a Riverside County jail without bail. The sheriff department said on X, no other arrest has been made and no suspects remain outstanding. During an investigation thus far, numerous interviews has been conducted, search warrants has been served, digital and electronics evidence has been collected and closely analyzed, the sheriff department said in an August 22 statement. Based on the evidence, investigators determined kidnapping in Yucapa did not occur. It is believed Emmanuel is deceased and the search to recover his remains is ongoing. Jake Hayro joined investigators on Sundays. He says Jake joined investigators on Sunday in an orange jumpsuit and handcuffs as they searched for the infant in a remote field off the 60 freeway in California, Moreno Valley authorities said. See, some places say that he wasn't helping, but then some places says he joined the investigators on Sunday. Riverside County Children's Service removed one of Jake and Rebecca Hayro's other children from the family's home. Mara Rodriguez, public information officer for the sheriff department, confirmed to USA Today. So they confirmed that. So Rebecca stopped cooperating with investigators early last week after she was confronted about inconsistencies in her statement. According to authorities, a vehicle belonging to Jake Hayro, the father of the missing boy, was also seized last week, so it could be processed for evidence potentially linked to the baby's disappearance. The search for Emmanuel, who is believed to be dead, continues on Tuesday. The boy weighs 21 pounds, has brown hair and brown eyes, and was last seen wearing a black Nike onesie. The sheriff department said anyone with information related to this case is urged to call the homicide detail at 909-890-4904. Callers wishing to remain anonymous could contact We Tip at 1-800-78-CRIME. Rebecca claimed her infant son Emmanuel was kidnapped on the evening of August the 14th outside of the Big Five retail store. Harold said she was changing Emmanuel. I got him out of the car seat and I laid him down so I could get his diaper ready. And somebody said, Hola, and that all I remember. And I saw white. Harold with a bruise under her right eye that she says she got from the assault, recalled in tears. I fell on the floor and I said, as I got up, I couldn't find my son. I checked all around my truck and ran into Big Five, and I asked the lady if she saw a baby or someone with the baby. She said no. Deputies then was sent and K9 units from San Bernardino and Riverside County responded at 7:47 local time on August 14th, but despite an extensive search, Emmanuel was not found. An Amber Alert wasn't issued after the alleged kidnapping because there was no suspect or vehicle description. I'm begging you, if you know anything, please, I'm begging you to bring him back, Hero told KCAL. As she and her family members were gathered in the parking lot of the Big Five to hand out missing persons flyers. Hey, Kathleen, how you doing? During those interviews, Rebecca was confronted with inconsistencies of her initial statements and declined to continue with the interview. The sheriff department said last week. At that time, they said they couldn't rule out foul play. While Emmanuel's father has retained an attorney, if the parents choose to work with detectives, we welcome their cooperations as we continue efforts to locate Emmanuel. In 2018, Jake and his former partner Vanessa was charged with felony child cruelty, alleging the pair endangered the child under conditions likely to cause great bodily harm or death, according to Riverside County Court records. Hero pleaded guilty to the charges in 2023. He was placed on 4 years of felony probation and was ordered to serve 180 days in jail on a work release program. There was a conviction for child cruelty, which Jake is not running from. Vincent Hugh, an attorney representing Jake, told CBS he's not hiding from his record. It's publicly available information. Over the past several days, investigators have conducted several searches in Yucapa, the location of the retail store where Emmanuel was reported missing in Cabazon, the location of the Hero family home. Investigators served several searches warrants at the home and have issued K9 units to help with the investigators. I wonder what the K9s came up with. SP, do you think I will have to give a public apology? Yeah, I do. I mean, but Karen, I'm gonna tell you, I mean, I understand. See, I always like when someone has a different thinking or belief than I do. No, I don't like the back and forth thing. That I don't like because I don't do that. But I like when someone says what they say and then they tell me why they say what they say because I only think one way. I can only think what I would think or what I see. But I do see why you probably say what you're saying because I do remember on one of the, I can't remember what it was, who it was that said it, but I think on one of the cameras that it showed Rebecca, I think it was the camera from that clothing store, the Baddies or something, the BAAAAAAB Baddies or something store, that they could see Rebecca running around the car and then hitting herself in the face with the door and then falling on the ground and then getting up and then running in the store. So you believe they both was involved? Yeah, I just believe that Jake did it because Jake has a history, and history does repeat itself if you do not get help. But I think the reason why Rebecca, I'm not saying she didn't know or nothing like that. I'm just saying why she come up with the story is because she loves Jake, or Jake, um, you know, uh, got into it. They got into it about the baby or whatever. No, I didn't see the video. I just heard them talking about the video. The people that worked at the store, they were saying there's a video, and on the video it shows the one guy, Ahmad, was interviewing them, and they said that they could see her running around the car, but there was no baby. They said they could see her running around the car, and she hitting herself with the door. I don't know how she hit herself with the door, but for some way she drop link. Okay, let's do this, you guys. He said, drop the link. We're still on here. And Don is back in the building. He's back on the chat. We got you, Don. That's Don K2, you guys. They must getting ready to do the interview, and he's probably going to share it with us. You guys, we are so lucky we're still on here. We didn't go nowhere. I got to make sure that is the same one. Yeah, it is. It's the same one. You guys, we're getting exclusives today. Come on, Don, make it work. Make it rain. Because I was getting ready to go shopping, and I was like, you know, I'm so interested in, I'm not going nowhere, Karen. Karen is sharing. I don't know if he got it. Let me drop it again. Uh-oh. He's in the building, you guys. Yes, Don.
One of these attorneys that works for public. I just.
Okay, one second. Cosgrove, COSGROVE, with the Public Defender's Office.
Hold on.
Okay.
Can you throw this through there?
Thank you. I guess, so what happened today? It looks like you guys were representing both clients at the time, and then what happened?
So, what happened today was both defendants, who was Jake and Rebecca, made their initial appearance here in Riverside Department 61. Ordinarily, it would be for an arraignment. However, we have limited information. All we have is a felony complaint. We don't have police reports, anything of that nature. So, the Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent people who cannot afford private counsel. Initially, we received word that one or both would have private counsel, and appears that neither have private counsel. We cannot represent both. So for today, we simply continue the arraignment. The arraignment is reset for next Thursday, September 4th. At that point, hopefully we'll have a police report, run a conflict check, and we'll decide to keep one, and we'll conflict on the other.
So what happens then? Why can't you represent both? And if so, then what happens to the other person who also needs counsel?
So in this county, there's something called the conflict panel. So it's private attorneys who are contracted with the county of Riverside. We cannot represent somebody in the public defender's office. We declare a conflict, and a conflict attorney, who is a private attorney with a contract with the county, represents the other individual.
Mr. Cosgrove, is it your understanding that Jake and Rebecca, is it their intention to hire a private attorney? Have they communicated that to you at all?
They have not. Please don't assume that they told me anything. It disappears from the fact that there's nobody here today. I had heard
in the news that there was other attorneys that kind of popped up. And my understanding, just word of mouth, that there is no private counsel. And so just to make sure, so the public defender's office can't represent both of them, so you can't represent Jake, and another person from the public defender's office can't represent Rebecca? You cannot keep two people. So one of them will have to get a... Yes.
Well, no, we have to speak with these individuals extensively, and I know you can't talk about your conversations with them, but what is their demeanor? What can you tell us?
Well, from what I can say, I did not have any significant conversations with either Jake or Rebecca. I simply went over the procedures, told them what we needed to do, given the circumstances. So, like I said, we'll keep one in the Jake. May not be me. I'm the supervisor of the unit, so I will probably appoint somebody else. Could be me. We'll see. And then there'll be a meaningful conversation with whoever we keep. And then, of course, the other person will get appointed counsel. Those conversations will happen pretty quickly, but not today.
Is it usual, because on the complaint is with them together, so is it usual to split them apart to give them different attorneys, or, because I would assume they would have had the same attorney for one case judged by the DA's complaint, but you're saying that's not the case?
No, if there's a factual situation calls for one or more individuals than one to be charged with a crime, then they'll all be on the same criminal complaint, since they will all have different attorneys. Are you consulted on the $1 million bail? And if so, how did you wrap that? The bail is set by schedule. So for now, because count one is a charge of murder, the schedule for predetermined amount is set at $1 million.
How did they seem to you? Did you talk to them together or separately?
I can't really get into that. You saw them as well as I did in the court. So hopefully that satisfies a little bit of what you need to know. I have another matter.
What were the other bail amounts?
Trailing cases out of the Manning Court, minor matters that Mr. Haro had. So those simply are continued behind the murder case, and we exonerated the bail.
Because he was on probation.
To tell you the truth, I don't know all the details about that, but exonerated the bail on meaning that he's not on bail. Do you expect him to show up for the someone in possession of a firearm hearing on So that's information I don't know. I'll have to dig in. Depends upon which individual we keep, right? But for now, the main case, the controlling case, is the case you're here on, and that's what we set here in Riverside. All other cases will be on the same calendar here. Should be.
You don't mind private attorneys faded away?
I don't. I can't speculate on that.
What does that go into who you keep and who you don't, and how did you explain these circumstances to them?
So the law of conflicts is complicated. We'll have to figure out which case we'll keep. Depends if we've represented somebody in the past, for instance. So we'll go ahead and make that determination maybe today. We'll be ready next week.
Have there been a confession that led to the 16?
I don't know any. I know nothing about the case. Again, we don't have any police reports on the defense side. All we have is okay. I got another matter on the floor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Don.
What's going on, bro? Hold on. All right, I'm good. And yourself?
Good.
All right.
Hey, Don.
Hey, what's going on? No.
Hey, could you tell us what he was saying?
Okay. Basically, he was saying that today they did speak for the both of them in there. Okay, I see court TV over here. But going forward, whereas Rebecca, the mother, had said she had an attorney, she does not have an attorney, and we'll have to find someone to represent her or go with a public defender.
Okay.
But he was just representing for them both today. I have not seen Jake's attorney out here since, he said from the beginning that he was doing pro bono, which is He was retained for the other situation, the gun possession and the prior probably revocation of the charges that he had before. Um,
Right.
that they're going to reconvene. The bail is at $1 million for the both of them, and what else? They will reconvene, basically holding them over to September, for sure. I didn't get the actual date in September. I think I might have heard the 9th.
Okay.
I'd have to go and listen to the playback again. But as you can see, there's a lot of the reporters that we normally see on the news. But yeah, you're getting this firsthand. Oh, that's Rabbit.
Did you get to go in the courtroom?
No, I did not get to go in the courtroom because I have a camera on my helmet, and I also had a video camera in my backpack. And in this particular court, they don't allow cameras in the building. You can
Okay.
take your cell phone in, but you cannot have a media camera. That's why a lot of the reporters could not go in the building either. Well, none of the reporters could go there. So that's what they were referring to, is that they will, whatever was videotaped inside, they'll release that once they edit it, and they'll release it to all the news stations. So yeah, that's confirmation that there was only one camera in the building.
Okay. Hmm.
I'm out here holding this camera, and I have a tripod extension in my backpack. But this is so impromptu that it's all good.
Don't do
Yeah.
that. By the way. Don't do that. That was not cool. Like, that was not. I got caught in the moment. The band.
Oh,
I'm used steroids.
yeah. So that was it. Pretty much short and sweet and quick. And hey, you, how you doing? No, I didn't. I got my cameras. I was telling you earlier. Right, right.
I was making there and people were just shoving.
Oh,
I wasn't
really?
even at the courtroom.
Oh, is that many at the door? How many seats do they have inside?
2 rows.
2 rows. So that's maybe
Yeah.
14 people.
Press, the
Media.
media, and then whatever space there was left.
Okay, so
And I
it's a
was
small court.
I
Right,
was
right.
like,
Okay, so it's a small courtroom. People were pushing to get in. She said that there was only 2 rows, which is about 14 seats. So I think it sounded as though media took a little bit of a priority there. Um, yeah,
Right. They probably have an overflow so you can watch it on the.
yeah, but oh, there's Glizzy from TikTok. Wow, that's a good shot right there. You got Undertaker and Glizzy all in the same shot.
Uh-huh.
Center here in Riverside, California, where we did see the perpetrators, Jake and Rebecca Harrell, and they were friendly before. They were wearing his red jumpsuit and Rebecca was wearing they were sent $1 million bail each, and they did have additional bail amounts for other minor misdemeanor cases throughout the Inland Empire. We don't know what those cases are. They murder, right? Murder, and they added charges of falsifying information. So we do know, yeah. So they are. We do know that they did, in fact, falsify information. And we have a new lead for you, fine folks, out there on the scene. They also, we have been given new information. Eastvale has entered the chat. They were reported seen at the Costco in Eastvale, and little Emmanuel was in the video. So we do know that Emmanuel was alive on the 10th. So the third has now left the chat, other than the image that we have of her clucking her coins and whatever. She was collecting everything. She looks fun out right now, bro. She looked Malia, coming from one egg, 2 feet. That's why I tell you, bro, I know a trick when I see one on the tira, and they both are tricked out again right now.
She,
Now,
she had that
they
lockjaw
both
going on.
didn't look at each other. Jay sat there and answered the judge's question. Did he? She didn't even want to look at him. And I'm sorry to say that there was an outburst in the courtroom, and it was I. And I said hola as they were walking out back into their holding tank. And immediately I was reprimanded and hauled off to the back, and I was they put a grilling to your boy. And they put a grilling to your boy, and I told them that I wholeheartedly apologized. I told them that I was out looking for the little boy all night, and that I'm like, I'm an hour and a half sleep, and I'm on dextromethorphan, which is a very, very powerful steroid for cancer patients that you have. And so I wholeheartedly and unequivocally apologized, and I believe they felt that my apology was sincere enough to tell me that I am allowed in the courtroom on the next visit, but any further outbursts from me, and they will press charges against me. And so thank you to the Riverside County Sheriff's Department for giving your boy a free get out of jail pass. And trust me when I tell you, I will never, ever, ever, ever have a lasting judgment of that magnitude against. I apologize to you. I apologize to the county. I apologize to the judge, to the sheriff's department, and I apologize to the community at large because that was very, very unprofessional of me. And so moving forward, I've learned from this mistake, and I am not above acknowledging my faults on the Tira. And so thank you so much, everybody. That's
Salute.
the latest here from Riverside, California.
Oh, wow. So somebody was in the courtroom and they said, hola.
It was what he was saying, and in case you didn't hear, he said that as they were, oh, I'm sorry, I gave you a bad view there. He was saying that as they were leaving out of the courtroom, he yelled out, hola. So they took him to the back and reprimanded him, and he gave him a just apology that he won't have any more outbursts. It sounded as though they had told him they would ban him from the courtroom, you know, from doing that, and he apologized and said it won't happen again.
Yeah. Well,
He also said that neither Jake nor uh, Rebecca, neither one of them looked at each other at all during the whole time that they were in there. As we saw, it wasn't that long of a time.
right.
It's pretty quick. Well, I guess most arraignment is basically how do you plead, you know,
Right.
these are your charges. How do you plead guilty, no, not guilty, bam, hit the gavel and they're out. So typically that goes pretty fast.
Yeah.
But the one thing is, for anyone that interested in coming down here to this particular facility, um, they're saying that there's not much seating in the courtroom. Maybe later on they'll switch to another courtroom. What's her name? Rabbit down the rabbit hole. Oh, I'm not shouting out another content creator, but I see her over here.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So let's
Wow.
see. Yeah, let's go. Most of them are TikTokers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, how are you? I'm well, and yourself? All right, nice to see you.
Nice to see you. What do you think?
You know what? It's in play. It's in play.
Were
Do you
you?
mind if I can?
Yeah, that's fine. Were
Yeah.
you in there?
No, I did not go in because I have my camera. This is the only, well, this is one of the only courtrooms around here that you can't take cameras in the building. They didn't even allow the news crews.
So they only allowed two news crews. So when they asked if they wanted to push the arraignment to the fourth, Rebecca looked at Jake for confirmation.
Oh.
He went and she just looked at him and then replied.
Okay, and that the only time that
they were right there the whole time.
They never made eye contact other than the one
Yeah,
time.
and he was just straight the entire time.
Wow. So no information whether or not anybody's cooperating or
We
they're.
just know that the DA or the public defender that they can only represent one, so they will find out which one they're going to represent today. So once they realize that, they'll be good. And from there, that it's going to be pushed to the fourth.
Okay. Did you hear from any of the officials how hard it was to get the transferred the information from San Bernardino to Riverside?
No, the only thing that the actual attorney said was that he hasn't seen the case, he hasn't looked at everything, he has no comment.
Because they just got it within the last couple of hours.
Everything.
Oh, they haven't gotten
the
everything.
defendants.
So basically, they just bought more time. They're gonna hold them over. I heard a date sometime in September. September the 4th. We'll be back here. I also hear, and I was just talking to them about the seating. There's very limited seating in the
Yes, so
courtroom.
you only get one. So that's why I definitely have to get for the what we were talking about that media thing. I'm
Right.
gonna get that because the media gets three. Media gets 3 rows. Yeah, so the media got the 3 rows, one recording camera, one standstill camera, and then there's only 1 row for public, and it fits what 7 of us maybe. We were squeezing. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the whole right side is all law enforcement and attorneys.
Right.
Yes. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So
But-
unless they bring it to a bigger court, which I don't know if they will, it's very, very tight.
Ask
I
them,
think
do they have an overflow?
Do you know if they have an overflow for this courthouse?
Nope.
They don't have an overflow.
The overflow is outside in the lobby.
Outside in the
Yeah, you
lobby.
can't
We
see
saw
nothing.
quite a few people in the windows the whole time that we've been here.
I
But
rushed up because she was in there first. I know I cut out a bunch of people, and I'm so sorry, but I was rushing to get in there.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
Okay, well, that's
September
good
4th.
news to know. September the 4th is the date, or as on the terror say, September the 4th is in the chat. Okay. All right, well, there you have that.
All right. Thank you.
And I see her around. A lot of these people I see around.
Building so that I can get my.
Interesting. Okay, well, I just wanted to bring that. But now I know I have to drive my car next time so I can, I don't know, it's just quicker zooming through traffic on my motorcycle. So,
Well, yeah. I've done
but
that.
and let me show you here. This tall building back here, I don't know if you can see that in the back. The tall building back, that's the actual shell. Oh,
Oh.
is it zooming right now? No, it's not. But that's the jail back there.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So it's just right across the street from the courthouse for her to have to travel. But it sounds like they're going to keep Jake in Larry J. Smith, which is about maybe 10 to 12 miles away from here.
They probably brought her in from underneath the tunnel.
I don't think they have a tunnel from there to the courthouse. I don't think there's a tunnel. You know, we're in California. Tunnels are limited.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They usually do. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, so that would have to be about 1/8 of a mile underground.
Oh, yeah, but they do.
Yeah.
I mean, they do here. Like we have like tunnels from the jail, from the courthouse, where they don't bring them outside or put them in a car and drive them to the, they don't do that.
Okay. Yeah, so back on September the 4th, man. That's the date. I think the one thing, that they're not being released, because chances are, I think somewhat of reality may be setting into them that if they were released, there's no guarantee that they're going to stick around. There's no guarantee.
Right. That's kind of weird, though, that she did not have an attorney to represent her, and there was arraigning her today. Like I guess they asked her today in front of everybody, "Do you have an attorney?" She says no, and then it's not good for his attorney to represent both of them, but he
No.
did today.
Yeah, they probably did today just because of the time constraint of when the paperwork was put in. That may be the only reason why they were able to speak for them today. Just as to, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty? But as far as being a spokesperson for her, she'll need to provide her own attorney or be appointed a public defender.
Right. So they both pleaded not guilty?
Yes.
Mm, okay.
Yes.
Mm.
So
So I
sticking to the
guess
story.
September the 4th is in the chat, huh?
Yeah, right. So a lot of people are saying that they're. I heard a few people saying they don't think that Jake is working with the law enforcement, and she's sticking to her story of um, there's some man yelling "Hola" around here. I mean, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was. I knew it wasn't going to be a lot come out of it, but one of them could have said that they were guilty or not guilty. So I guess it still remains. She's sticking to her story, and Jake is really probably not helping them. They probably did that for, you know.
Right. Well, I think the thing that I heard most was from I just say Rabbit. The thing I heard most from Rabbit was that when she was asked the question, she looked over to him for confirmation whether to say yes or no.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think that was still telling, and to me, that speaks to the level of control that we already are suspecting that he has over her. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Um, I mean, come on. At some point, you got to give it up.
yeah. She's a 41-year-old woman. She's an older woman, and you know,
Yeah, but I'm sure she way in over her head. I would think would realize that she's in over her head. You know,
yeah. But I think with those two black eyes she has, and they have two kids together, and she think they're gonna get out of this. I guess.
no, that's I don't. Well, you know what? And as I said earlier, with the sheriff running for governor, and the sheriff of Riverside County is totally different than the governor that we have now. He
Right,
is more of a law and order sheriff. Um, so I don't think that I think they'll be working hard to set some examples, and this is probably the biggest example that's been in this part of California in a long time.
right,
So
right.
I would think that they'll definitely dig deeper, dig harder, and go after as much proof as they can find.
Right. This is the time where you can get a hold of one of your officials, and that's what we did on the California City Boys. We reached out to the mayor, and she gave us that when they got I guess Trezell and Jacqueline on the California City Boys to speak on that, because we wanted to make sure you watching this happen in your county, and you guys are not doing anything. You're not arresting nobody. You're not looking for the child anymore. It's just everybody's just living life. And she came out and spoke on it. But if they want to be, get those chairs in that particular profession, being the governor or something, they better do something about this baby.
You're right. You gotta don't just talk the talk, walk the walk.
Yeah, they better not only just arrest someone, they better get some convictions and get that information that this, or find the baby or something.
And I think, like I said earlier, I feel as though only one of them knows where the baby's remains are.
You think only one of them know?
I think only one of them knows where the remains are. Now, I think but they both know what happened to the
Right,
baby, but
right,
only one of them may have partaken in, when in the disposal, if that's what happened.
Yeah, I feel that too. I feel like they both know what happened. Like maybe it was a fight that, and they just kept on fighting and whatever, or he abused the baby and she knows and beat her too, or whatever. But yeah, I don't believe both of them went out to bury the child or put the child away. I think Jake probably did. More likely Jake.
Right, right.
Just because they were looking for one of those saws which would could cut the baby up in pieces, you know.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's the thing right there. I don't know. I mean, I consider them both monsters, but
Yeah,
I would think she would be off the Richter scale seeing that happen.
right.
To me, I don't put that past him doing that to a child. I
Right.
don't. Not from the information that we have on him or know of him. I don't put that part past him.
Right. You know, it's sad to say, but I mean, it's almost like when something like this happens between a relationship, a marriage or whatever, a baby come up dead, especially somebody that has a history of cruelty to a child before, which would
Hmm.
be Jake.
Okay.
That's why the assumption is on him hurting the child and she at least helping him cover it.
Well, she most definitely have been helping him cover with this with the story.
Right.
With the story. Definitely have been helping him cover it. Okay, I'm actually trying to put this on this tripod right now. So there we go. There we go. Now I can just hold this up here. So yeah, people are just pretty much hanging around, saying what they saw, saying what they feel right now. There's supposed to be a presser tomorrow as
Uh-huh.
well over in Papazon at that sheriff station. Maybe some more information will be um, given out then.
Oh, so there's going to be a press conference at their home?
No, not at their home, at the sheriff's office there in Cabazon as
Okay.
well. Yeah, but the guy here was just pretty much just relaying what happened here in the courtroom. But
Okay.
at some point, it sounds like, yeah, they will give another community um, press conference.
Right. Hmm. I don't know what else they could say though.
Uh, Probably not much. It's the same thing. Just as all the content creators, everybody's pretty much saying the same thing over and over and over. It's pretty much just more of the same. But I mean, what we really want to hear is that they found the baby. That's what we really want to hear.
Yeah, or somebody saying that they're talking and you know cooperating now and you know
Right,
you know that would be great.
right, right. I was,
Or-
yeah. So, what do you guys think about the attorney not being here? Or I'm sorry, his attorney not being here.
His attorney.
Yeah, the guy that's been doing all the talking for him.
I thought I thought he was his attorney.
No, no, no. The one guy that showed up before, the guy that was at the house. Did you
Right.
see that one?
Yeah.
Okay, that guy. The guy in the, I think he had a purple suit on or something like that. But
Well, his attorney that took the case that he pleaded guilty on in 2023. He caught the case in 2018. He was speaking for him at one time. He even did some interviews.
right. I mean,
So he wasn't there.
no, I have not seen him. I have not seen him. I've been waiting here to see if he came out of the door, and have not seen him come out.
So how is Jake done got another attorney and she doesn't have an attorney?
Yeah, and well, that's what that guy was saying. I'm speaking for them for this arraignment, but he has an attorney. He did say he has an attorney, meaning that guy. But and she will have to get an attorney.
Right.
Okay, but the fact that his attorney wasn't here today, I'm just like, what? You going to
Oh,
a arraignment and your attorney didn't show up? That's
yeah.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that guy I think he I thought he was doing his case on pro bono,
Right.
and that's why
That
he
is
was
what
speaking for Jake earlier.
that is what he said. So that means Jake probably had not put up any money for him to take this case as well. So it's kind of looking like they both will end up with public offenders or
Okay.
public. I think I said public defenders. I said public offenders.
Yeah.
they'll, they'll end up with public defenders. That's what it's looking like.
Yeah. Hmm. That's well, this was the day for them to ask for that if they needed it. If they didn't, I mean, I wouldn't plead guilty or nothing until I even talked to my attorney.
Right.
You know, I wouldn't
See,
say guilty or not guilty. I would be like, no, I have nothing to say. I need an attorney. I don't know.
ooh, uh, yeah, I don't know how that. I don't know how that works.
You know, well, I guess they're trying to go by the book. So I guess
Yeah, the
they can
main.
say yes or no.
Yeah, well, I know that part is true. You have to give a yes or a no. And
Right.
sounds as though they said yes.
So even though you don't have an attorney and you want an attorney, you tell the judge, you be like, I don't know, no, I'm not guilty. I don't believe I'm guilty, but I would like to talk to an attorney before I say anything because you don't have to say anything. You don't have to say nothing. But some people don't know that, you know. Even if the judge try to force you to say yes or no or guilty or not, you can say I don't
Right.
know.
Well,
I need
and the other thing about that is you can always change a plea.
Yeah, you can always change it, but it definitely looks bad. You know, it's almost like when you speak to the police officers and instead of waiting for your attorney, that stuff can be held against you that you wasn't cooperating, and it just makes it a big mess.
Right.
Okay, well, we learned a lot today.
All righty. Let's say
But,
justice for Emmanuel.
well, thank you, Don, for
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, we're getting ready to roll up out of here. Hey, how you doing? All right. Yeah, we're
Well,
getting ready
thanks.
to roll
I
up out
hope
of
you
here.
share with us on September the 4th. Maybe you'll be down there and see what's going on then.
Most deaf. Most deaf.
All righty.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, you guys. Everybody give Don a shout out for streaming live, making sure he's very well appreciated. Is Don Cato. You can find him on YouTube, you guys. Um, Streaming live for us so we can see what happened. I just that doesn't make sense that you have an arraignment and she doesn't even have an attorney. That's crazy. And now, so the attorney that was there or whoever, since Jake's original attorney that we thought that was going to be on this case, he was not on this particular case. He was just kind of speaking, you know, the lawful things, a person is innocent until proven guilty, you know, and now that they have been arrested and seeing Jake out there in the desert off of the 60th, I think it's 60 highway. I'm not for sure with their roads over there, but you can't find that attorney around anywhere. I'm gonna tell you guys something, and it does look good. It looks bad, but one thing attorneys do not like, they do not like to lose cases, especially when they'll run if they see that that case is going south. I mean, because you got to look at it like this. They'll look at how many cases they won, how many cases they lost. If they take a case just because, but they know that it's going to be a losing case, they're not so amped to take it. Because I thought, and I could be wrong, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought that this attorney was taking Jake's case and he was going to do it pro bono. And the way Don just explained it to us, that he wasn't even there. So that gives me a little indication, just something for my mind notes, my memory, that why you running? This don't look good. Because I thought you was doing it pro bono anyway. You don't need money when you take a case and it gets a lot of publicity. People get to know your name, like Johnny Cochran. A case where everybody's like, they heard of this case. They watching on TV this case. This case can be one of those cases. Like Susan Anthony and all that stuff. And remember Jody. I mean, California, in Las Vegas, out there in those areas, you guys, we see some stuff. It's some really, this is why I say you can see something, just don't assume what you see to be what you see. Like, I'm just gonna say this and then we're gonna get off of here. We've been on here for 3.5 hours, but I'm gonna get off of here. But I'm skeptical that that baby was still alive on the 10th. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that I'm all in that wasn't the baby. I'm just saying I'm very skeptical that Rebecca wasn't just pushing that carriage, that stroller around with no baby in it. I mean, I'm just skeptical. I really am, because she's a 41-year-old woman, and I'm just thinking about 41 having a brand new baby. Being 41 is a old age. I mean, I'm just serious. Women usually have babies in their teens, their 20s, and their 30s, but 41, you're starting a whole new family. And within, when you get ready to retire, that's when the baby is just now getting out the house. I mean, you gotta think about what I'm saying here. That's starting all over. So for her to be with this younger guy, he's 31, they almost 10 years apart. Maybe, 10 years apart. I think she's 42 and he's 31. So they're 10, 11 years apart, right? And she's sticking to her story. She done seen Jake out in the desert with the police officers, and she's still sticking to her story. Lisa says, I had my twins at the age of 41. Okay. I'm not saying, I'm just saying that's an old age. That's an old age for a woman to have a baby. That's an old age, 41. And the normal age, and I'm just saying, you guys, I say the normal because when you get in your 40s and your 50s still having kids, it becomes a medical situation. Connie say 40 is the new 20. Girl, tell me about it. Jake doesn't have a representative. A whole new generation. That's what I call it. They are my ops babies. My oops. Oops. Yeah, I'm not saying you can't. You can't. You can. My girlfriend, I think she even had her last baby. She was 50 some, and next thing I know, she was pregnant. She was 50 some. And then you got to look at, I almost said this one girl's name, but you got to look at Janet Jackson, even though she was fertilized, you know, I call it fertilized, but she had help, but she carried her babies when she was in her 50. And but 40 is a old age to have a baby, you guys. I'm just saying, and don't even say, but in the Bible, didn't Sarah have hers at 99? Don't tell me about that, because I know, but times is different now. So when we do look at a woman still having baby at the age of 40, that is sometimes, and I'm pretty sure, Lisa, when you probably was pregnant, especially with twins, they told you that there was a possibility of having complications. And that's because, at the age of 50, you start being in your last years of your menstruation, and you start your menopausing. Sometimes some people have it early. I started mine in the age of 50. Um, uh, it didn't last long, but I still have, sometimes hot flashes. But see, that's because your body is not so equipped to carry your baby with all the vitamins and the nutrients that it needs, because you don't have as many of them that you used to have and things of that nature, like you had when you was 20 and all perky and everything. And now everything that was south is now down north, so yeah. Or everything that was up north is down south. We are Cody's voice. I told you he was like Doodoo Brown. Yes. Bed rest 3 months into the pregnancy. Yeah. 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 And was it because of your age, or was it because you was carrying twins? Something about that lawyer. He's just crooked as crooked can be. Now, there's lawyers that, they love to work on their, she said both. Okay. Yeah. There's lawyers that work on their defense, because a good lawyer, they're not, whether you're good or you're bad, you're going to defend your client. Karen says, I'm in my 70s and still going through hot flashes. Oh my gosh, I feel so sorry for you. I have mine every once in a while, and yeah, I'm in my 50s, my late 50s. Shoot, I'm looking at 60, and I'll see some hot flashes here and there, but not as bad as just sweating like I just stole something. Anyway, yes, it is. Okay. You guys, I have been with you guys. We haven't did a long live in a long time. So I'm just happy you guys rocked it with me, because to be honest with you, I got on here and I wasn't gonna stay on here long. I was just like, this ain't even a day we were supposed to even be live. But I was just thinking about, oh, they going to court today, and they locked up. So Connie was 56 when she passed. Yeah, yeah, that's young. That's still young. Them personally Summers ain't no joke. Yeah, personal Summers ain't no joke. Yeah, I always wish I had twins, but my father is a twin, and I have two sets of twin brothers. I don't get to see them, but I know they exist. But I'm gonna get off of here, you guys. I love you, but I'm gonna get off of here and try to get something done for today. And make sure you guys check Don out, because who knows, he comes in our chat, and I was glad that he swung on in here and let us see what was going on. It just gives us, we got some boots on the ground, don't we? I love when we got some boots on the ground. Boy, I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna get off of here. Thank you guys, and thank everybody for showing up and just rocking with me. If you love the kids like I love the kids, I do. I do. I don't want nothing happen to them babies, but you know, huh? It just seems like, I don't know. It just seems like this world is attacked on our kids now. It's just crazy. Like, I mean, when this story come out, I still can't see somebody just sitting there beating on a baby, just beating and breaking ribs in their face and all this. I just can't see that. I mean, I don't care how of a monster you are or something. Like, if you did something of that nature, then you really need to be put away. Period, point blank. But like, when you're in a relationship with someone and they're abusive, and you holding the baby, or you laying down with the baby, and the other person, they like, I don't care. And especially if you're fighting about who is the father of this child. I'm not the father of this child, and you done tricked me. You done laid up with my brother or whatever. I mean, these are allegations, but these are some things that could have happened. Or just fighting with your significant person or partner, and the baby's in your hand, and that person is still fighting you, because you can be so outraged, and the baby could get hurt. It do not take a lot for a baby to get hurt. You thinking if you go grab the baby, the person will stop beating on you, and they continue to beat on you. I don't know. I mean, I've seen here in town, in my town and state, there was these two gangs, and I can't remember which gangs they was. They may have been the New Boys, and one of them could have been the Bloods, or I don't know. But uh there's this quick trip everybody shows up at. And so the guy had his girlfriend's children with him, and he was at the quick trip. So the other gang had came into the door, and they seen him. I guess they call him the ops or whatever. And they just took out the gun and start firing at the guy. So the guy grabs the baby and puts the baby in front of him like a shield. You guys, that actually happened here in my state, and the baby got shot all up. The guy is still alive, but it was just horrific. Like, you literally, when it happened, throw up just imagine what this baby looked like, getting shot up, being used as a shield, like they were going to stop shooting or something, or the bullet would go in the baby and not the guy. I mean, I can't even make this stuff up. But anyway, you guys, like my mom always say, you'll see a lot of stuff. You just live a little longer. It is not gonna get better. But anyway, you guys be good, be safe, and be nice to each other. Make sure you go follow Don. He was our guest today, and he was boots on the ground. And hopefully, we'll see him again. You guys, I appreciate him with everything. And you guys, God bless. Bye.